I learned to own my style, how I got this smile. Conquer fear, got the crown. Can't nobody bring me down. I'm looking good, quite frankly. Tim's a fitted big Yankee. Then I'm cold when I'm out east. I'm top tier, you can't rate me. Stop talking, baby, go get it. You start something, better finish. Yeah, that rooftop still a missing. I'm independently winning. Master B taught me no limit. Faith got me dominion. God give it, can't diminish. I'm set apart, I'm distinguished. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. Next turn when I walk in, got them all hot like she back again. Then I'm fit, I'm far from plain. Sugar and spice, I can't be lame. Tried to hate, but my God, stop. You got blocked, but it's tight in. Motivated like them high school plays. I know you remember those titans. Everything ain't always black and white. I'm still gonna get it going with in spite. Shining bright, can't dim this light. Diamond in the rough one made me tough. You stuck on luck manifesting. I say my prayers, count blessings. Flashy, flashy flexing. My own style is impressing. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. Pop them tags, pop them tags.
They watch, they hate, then they copy.
Truth don't bang. Truth don't bang. Truth don't bang.
This is red perspective. Clear lens, no selective. Truth heavy, no deception. Petty red, no apologetic. Red perspective. I don't sugarcoat the message. I saw something, had to address it. If the things don't exit, listen. Petty red in the room, shift the pressure. No filter on the mic, just measure. I don't chase peace, I chase better. If it's wrong, I correct the error. All eyes on me, they stare in silence. Study the blueprint, they scroll, they see. Then they steal the style, they mock it first, then move like it's law. I speak from sight, not rumor or tone. Petty red sees nothing but the truth. Stand firm, don't fold. This ain't for comfort. This for correction, not for applause. This the red perspective. Red perspective, no fear in my message. True first, feeling second. Petty red, I stand on it, said it. Red perspective, I saw something so I said it. Say it loud, say it honest. I don't care who don't like it. Truth. Stand on it. Petty red. Stand on it. Petty red. Stand on it. Petty red.
I was on mute. Hey everybody, welcome to Realistic Vibes, where the vibe is always positive. How y'all doing on tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Give me 1 second. Got to do some. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to do something. So how's everybody doing on tonight? Shouts out to everybody that's tuning in. I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in to Red Lipstick Vibes, the red perspective. Y'all know what tonight is. Tonight is the night that I will review the ladies' first show that is featured on Team Fatty and Il Connolly shows. So we had a very interesting topic on tonight, a nice test subject for tonight, okay? So we're going to get started. I'm not going for long. The link is at the top if you want to join the live to help me review this. And and don't forget to support the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, share the stream, support the goals. Matter of fact, let's put the goals on the screen for you guys. So, and the goals are 15 memberships. Memberships only $2.99 a month. So become a member. Most of my live stream goes on members only. Also, $80 towards the Cadence Paper Towel Fund. Okay. Via Cash App or PayPal, right? Or hit the super chat and all that other good stuff. Okay, guys. I gotta play my little jingle. Okay. Gotta play my little jingle.
You fell in love with my avatar, that's sweet. Now fall into my Cash App at Red Lipstick Vibes. Legs, I don't walk. I roll into rooms and shut them down.
Don't forget to support the Paper Towel Fund on Cash App, Red Lipstick Vibes.
All right, don't forget to support the Paper Towel Fund. Okay. So if you have not seen the Team Fatty's ladies first show on yesterday, it became very, very interesting. The first icebreaker, well, I don't know. I don't even think that was the icebreaker. I think that's just like something that they were talking about in the back. They started to talk about is depression a choice, right? So I thought that was a very interesting topic that they started to talk about. However, okay, shouts out to TC in the house. Shouts out to Jihana is in the house. Thank you, Jihana. It got interesting. It got interesting. It got interesting right out the gate. I was kind of surprised at some of the answers when he asked about is depression a choice. I'm surprised and not surprised because some people usually just say what they think the other men, like the men, would agree with, and they tend to try to say what they think that the men will say. But yeah, anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But shouts out to my brother from Baltimore. Severe's in the house. Hey, Severe. Again, the link at the top if you guys want to join and help me with this review. Y'all know me, okay? So anytime, brother, he said is in the house. Hey, brother, he said is in the house. Hey, brother. Shouts out to you guys coming in. I like to teach, okay? That's my thing. That's my forte is teaching. So I always want to make sure that I bring information along with my correction. Okay. So without further delay, let's get into this review because this young lady, well, okay. I felt that she was kind of annoyed already. I think because she's going to say, you're going to hear her say that she don't think that they should be talking about this. I think she probably had a little issue with the conversation already, so she was kind of like, annoyed or whatever. But as the conversation goes on, she ended up getting into a back and forth with Fatty, the Portugal menace. Okay. So we're going to get to that, and let's see what happened on Ladies First. So the question was posed, is depression a choice? Shouts out to everybody who's in the chat. So everybody in the chat, do you guys think depression is a choice? Do you guys think depression is a choice? And before we go on, let me make sure everybody knows what depression is, right? Because you don't want to answer when you don't really know, right? Because in this show, in this review, we're going to see a lot of people were conflating two different things. And we're going to do some correction tonight, okay? So depression is a persistent mental health condition marked by ongoing sadness, loss of interest, and low energy that interferes with daily life, thinking, and functioning. Okay? And I want you to make sure you focus on the word persistent. 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 Not temporarily, but persistent is the key word here. Okay? So how many of you guys think depression is a choice? That was the question. So let's see. Case and Cam says nope. Brother He says yes. Interesting. TC says no, ma'am. Some people can't afford to be depressed. Being able to afford doesn't mean that you're not. No, because I've dealt with it at firsthand in the past. TC says, well, I'm wrong. Sabir said, it's not really a choice. It's a symptom that comes along with mentally. When it comes along, some mentality are stronger than others. Correct. Interesting. All right, well, let's get started with this correction. We got one more answer. And Music Man says, no, definitely not a choice. Correct. Why nobody was depressed in the 90s, 80s, and 90s? Who told you that nobody was depressed in the 80s and 90s? Who told you that? Who told you that? Because I can recall I was. Who told you why nobody was depressed in the 80s and 90s? Who told you that? But he said that because we had to break cycles. Do you think that's what depression is? That's interesting that you would say that. And Miss She Said does a lot of content on hormonal chemical imbalances, and you would think that depression is a choice. Interesting. Okay, I got you. Let's see. TC said, I guess Mr. He said has point. To each his own. Miss He says pop culture was not consumed with depression like nowadays. What does pop culture has to do with someone's mind, someone's personal life, someone's family, someone's dealing with depression? What does pop culture has to do with this? I don't know. Okay, let's get to Well, let's get to the lessons first. No, well, let's do a little bit of the clip first, so we can get the gist of it. Okay. Shouts out to Miss Chicks. Mixed Chicks is in the house. Hey, Mix. Again, the link is at the top. If you have a rebuttal, opinion, or question, okay. TC says, I really never heard of a lot of people mention anything about being depressed. Just like with a lot of mental illnesses were called other things. They were called other things, not necessarily depressed. We just have names for things now. We just have names for things now. They're labeling things. So just because you didn't hear somebody say depressed doesn't mean it didn't exist. Okay, I can't with y'all. TC said they were too busy getting high. Why do people get high? Because a lot of times, good point. Because a lot of times when I hear drug addicts or people that drink a lot or smoke a lot, you know what they say? I want to escape the world. This is my comforting zone, or they're trying to escape something. You know, that's one of the symptoms of depression. But anyway, we'll get into it. So Music Man said we wasn't taking as many chemicals in the body in the past. Correct. Thank you very much, Mr. Music Man. Thank you very much. Mr. Mike Love is in the house. Hey, Mike Love. And TC said relative, you're correct. Okay, let's get into this review because it's a kind of lengthy one. So let's go.
All right. Depression is a choice?
No, I don't.
Tell us.
At the end of the day, given that I had, some personal situations that kind of put me in a state of what I guess I was in, what they say depression. I wasn't really claiming it, but I do understand that some people are chemically, set up that way. I know people that struggle with depression. I don't personally feel like I struggle with depression, but I think certain situations can make you so sad. I honestly couldn't decipher the difference. I was looking at some of the symptoms and things like that, but I don't know. I think that when it comes to depression, some people just don't have a choice. The choice that you do have is to try to find resources to make you better. Denial, is not good. So if you're denying that you actually have a problem, that those things actually exist, I think that's where the problem truly is. But yeah, I don't think depression is a choice.
Mr. Kanali.
So in case I'm not doing one of them shows again where I say something and I say something I didn't mean. So we know, working in mental health myself for 15 years, is 1 in 5 people do experience clinical depression where they can't control it because of genes, because of circumstances, because how their brain is wired. So I think what we're trying to say is coming off a different way than what we all been trying to say from the beginning of the show, where most people, where they're saying depressed, are typically not depressed. They're just saying it because they're having a moment of sadness and they're choosing to dwell in that. And I think every human being will experience.
Now, what Ali is saying is correct. So, matter of fact, let's get to the slides because then it's going to get into what I want to say. All right. So what Ali is saying correct. What is happening is people are conflating two different things, like depression and moodiness and temporary sadness and aggravation, irritation about something, you're mad about something, or you're feeling a way about something, a fluctuation of your emotions. People tend to label it as depression, and that's not depression. So let's take down the video and let's get into the quick lesson. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see my slides? All right. Depression is not just feeling sad, right? And here's where a lot of people starts to conflate the two things. Depression is not just feeling sad. It's a medical and psychological condition that affects brain chemistry. For all those that say that it's a choice, no, it is not. Brain chemistry, nervous system regulation, hormones, thought patterns, and perception of reality. Okay? The clinical term is major depressive disorder, MDD. It can change how a person thinks, feel, sleep, eats, and function daily. Okay? You have several types of depression. Major depression, that is deep, persistent sadness, loss of interest in life, when you want to, delete yourself. And major depression disorder, you just can't snap out of it. Of course, you have postpartum depression, which is mainly made up of the imbalances of your hormones. Persistent depressive disorder. This is long-term low mood for 2 years or plus, intense but consistent. Then you have seasonal affective disorders. Some people experience it during the fall and the winter when they are low on vitamin D. I suffer from that sometimes. When I'm a sun baby. I need sun all the time. And when I don't have vitamin D, sun, yeah, there is a difference. I can feel the difference in my mood. Bipolar depression and situational depression. These are the types of depressions. Here are the stages and severity of depression. You get triggered, depression is triggered, then you have emotional decline. Then the next stage is behavioral withdrawal. The next stage is cognitive distortion. And then the next stage is severe depression and crisis stage. And this is when you want to either hurt yourself or someone else. When you have mild depression, you may experience low energy, occasional sadness, still not functioning like you want to. When you have moderate, you have sleeping issues. Some people sleep a lot, and some people don't sleep at all. Lack of motivation, isolation. You don't want to be around anybody. You stay to yourself, right? And then severe is when you're hopeless, emotional numbness, suicidal thoughts, and physical slowdown. What causes depression? For all those who think that depression is a choice, you can have biological reasons, brain chemistry imbalance, and genetics, psychological trauma, negative thinking loops, environmental stress, poverty, relationships, lack of purpose or structure, even lifestyle, poor diet, no sunlight, no movement, sleep deprivation, sleep disruption, insomnia can cause depression. So there are some treatments. You can have medical treatments, antidepressants, therapy. Then you have the natural holistic, sunlight exposure, exercise, herbal support, natural nutrition, and spiritual grounding, meaning prayer, meditation, and purpose. So is depression a choice? According to the doctors and the scientists, depression itself is not a choice. Nobody wakes up and chooses brain fog, emotional pain, and loss of joy. Nobody chooses, oh yeah, I'm gonna wake up today and yeah, I want to off myself. That's like saying, is asthma a choice? I'd rather not breathe today. Because sometimes it's biological, sometimes it's genetics. Sometimes there's a chemical imbalance in your body, hormonal imbalance in your body. These are the things that's not a choice. However, how you respond to it is a choice. Let me say that again. How you respond to it is a choice. Seeking help versus isolating yourself, moving your body, eating right, taking supplements, seeing a doctor, prayer, whatever you need to do to get yourself out of this the state that you're in. Now that part is a choice. That part is a choice. Okay? Now this is the part I want to talk about. And this is what Ali was alluding to in the first part of what he was saying. Mood versus depression. They are not the same. Temporary mood choice plays a role. You make a choice to be in the mood that you're in, right? This is like being sad or mad at someone, feeling sad after a situation, having a bad day. These are emotional reactions to life. Choice is involved here, not in the feeling, but how long you stay in it. Depression is not a mood, okay? And I think this is where the misconception is. Depression is not a mood. When you're in a mood, it lasts for a couple hours, and then a day or two, then you're right back to where you want to go. With depression, it's long, weeks, months, year. It's persistent. It's not hours. It's not just days. And there's no clear trigger. It's no clear trigger to say, oh, well, somebody died, now I'm depressed. Nope. So there's a difference between someone's being moody or choosing to be mad at you, choosing to have an attitude, choosing to, go off the rails, crashing out or whatever. That's a choice. But true depression is not a choice. Okay? So we need to stop saying it. Mood and depression. Emotional response and depression are two different things. Okay? I didn't say it. The psychiatrists and doctors and scientists said it, okay? The core difference is a bad mood is something you experience, right? Depression is something that takes over you. Let me say that again. A bad mood or attitude or feeling some kind of way is something you experience, but depression is something that takes over you. Mood is a reaction. So that bad attitude, that mad at you, that, crashing out is a reaction. Depression is a condition. Okay? So the real balance is you don't choose to feel emotion, but you do choose how you respond to them. However, with depression, that ability to respond is often impaired, not gone, but weakened. Okay? All right, so we're going to get into this, so I might as well go ahead and put this up. You know what? Let's wait till we get to that, and then we will come back to that, okay? Because this is where the contention is going to be big, because they're going to act up, child. Here we go.
Sometime in their life, a place where they may not be feeling their best, where they're down, where they have a bad experience or circumstance. But I believe what you're saying, Fatty, to have good faith, is saying that the people who are actually depressed, clinically depressed, diagnosed to have depression, are actually depressed, and they can't control that, which I would concede to. But I think what I know, I'll say no. Well, I won't say no, because that's being too egotistical, right? Most people who say they're depressed are choosing to be depressed, and most people who are in happiness are choosing to be happiness. So that I would say that.
Miss Jazz, what do you think? Do you think that depression is a choice, or you think is not?
So I kind of am in agreement with what Maya was saying. While there are things life that can happen unexpectedly that put you in a state of depression, acknowledging that depression is okay. But once you sit in that and choose to remain in that depression, when you literally don't have to, you can make other choices. You can go about life a certain way to help your.
And this is Jazz is correct. And I just said that in the slides. The depression is not the choice, but the choice is how you choose to deal with it, right? You choose whether you want to stay in it, dwell in it, and not fix it, right? That's where the choice comes. When you're dealing with true depression, and like I said, there's a difference between, like Ali was alluding to, where I think where you guys were talking about, there's a difference between someone having an emotional reaction to something and or being moody, or being, I'm sad about something, or I'm mad at you. That's not depression. What's happening is people are labeling things as depression when it's not. Let me say that again. People are labeling their bad behavior as depression when it's not. A bad mood listens to you, depression does not. Okay. The mistake people do is calling every emotion depression. So every time someone, I'm just depressed about it. No, you just say it. Just say you just sad about the situation. You're mad about the situation. And I think that's where the problem is coming in. People are labeling things when it's not that. It's just emotions. You're just emotional. You have an emotional response to whatever it is, whether it be good or bad. That's just like how people be labeling themselves as autistic, and they know it just because I think I'm autistic. No, you're not. Just stop saying that, please. So just please understand what the difference is. There's a difference between someone being moody, difference between someone having an emotional reaction to something, and depression. Okay.
Yourself get out of that state. I think it's a choice to stay there. But I do agree that when you fall into it, because you don't expect it's not something that you're counting on to happen, sometimes life experiences would just put you in there. But I think your mental health, your how strong you are mentally will determine if you sit in that depression or if you decide to, move on from that depression.
That's very true. Depending on how strong you are mentally does determine on how quickly you move from something. That's just like when, for example, if you go through the 7 stages of grief, right? Some people move through those stages very quickly, and some people move through them very slowly. Some people dwell on the denial part for a long time, right? Before they even get to the acceptance, right? So it depends on the person's mental as well, how fast they move on from something. But again, I think the conversation got mixed up from depression and a person having an emotional response to stuff. It's 2 different things. People are labeling their emotional outburst or their emotional response to something as depression when it is not. Okay, here we go.
Depression. It's up to you.
Melanie?
Yes.
Is depression real, or is depression a choice or not?
I think depression is a choice. I know I don't know if sadness and depression are falling under the same thing, but I think there's moments where you cannot be at your happiest, but I just can't say that I necessarily believe in depression. So for me, it would be something that would be a choice.
Coco?
Oh, Lord. I'm moving on.
So there is a state of sadness, a period of depression, and then beyond that, there is clinical depression. Now, it could be due to an issue with neurotransmitters. There's not enough chemical messages going inside for you to feel happy. There's so many different factors when it comes to clinical depression, and a psychiatrist is able to prescribe medication for people who are clinically depressed, and psychologists may be able to do testing for that. Now, when it comes to outside of a clinical or a biological issue where people just lack certain neurotransmitter receptors that make them clinically depressed, a lot of people are in a state of depression sometimes. But with that, you can, if you choose to, seek therapeutic or pharmacological treatments to deal with that. But the issue is, just like with people who are bipolar that are diagnosed with bipolar can choose to be on medication, but a lot of times some of them do not, because they don't want to control the mania, or the medication has side effects. It's not only limited to mental health, it's not limited. It also is for a whole lot of other illnesses that people go through. People sometimes don't want to be on blood pressure medication because of how the medication makes them feel. But we have a choice in these decisions. It just determines to the individual, is it worth me putting in the work to deal with this depression or whatever issue it is?
Thank you. Leosha, is depression a choice? Tell me. Damn. Go there.
Yes, depression. I feel like depression is a choice because you can choose to be happy or sad. You're literally only in control of yourself. So whatever is going on around you doesn't mean that that's who you are. So you can choose to get yourself out of it, or you can choose to stay in it. So I agree with everything.
So you see what she just said? She was like, depression is a choice. You can choose the happiness, and then you can choose to get yourself out of it. So which one is it, right? So here it is again. I think what's happening is they are mixing depression and emotional responses, emotional reactions, mixing it together. So with true depression, the choice is whether you seek help to get out of it. That's the choice. Because depression takes over you. Emotional reaction is a choice that you make to react to something. You choose to react to something a certain way. I choose to be mad at TC. I choose to be sad about something. That's the emotional response, right? I'm making a choice to respond that way. But when you have clinical depression, as it is in the book, in the medical community, it's not a choice. It takes over you, but it's a choice on how you deal with it. That's where your choice lies. Okay? And if anybody wants to rebuttal, give their opinion, the link is at the top. Thank you.
I have a video to play for half of the panel and a little bit more than that.
Boy, y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
It boggles my mind, the overestimation of humans and what they can control in their life. I'm sorry. Y'all team lose and y'all get in a bad mood. You sleep bad, then you get on a terrible state. Your kids are annoying. Your baby daddy cheated on you. Your baby mama took your kids away. Your favorite team lost. Y'all are moody for no reason.
Let's go back to this. Mood versus depression. Mood is temporary. Like Fatty is saying, you can go from one thing to the next. La 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 la. That's mood. That's your emotional response to something. That's being mad at somebody. That's feeling sad about a situation. You're having a bad day. That's mood. Mood and depression are two different things. You guys are having two different conversations. You're labeling a person's up and down in their mood, which they can choose to be or be in, versus depression. They're two different things. Okay. The term, like Guardian Dog says, like the terms are clear, right? All right, let's go back to the video. So what you guys are addressing on the show is the ups and downs in a person's mood, the ups and downs in somebody's emotional response to things. So the problem is, what's happening is people are labeling it depression, and it's not depression. You just a moody bitch, okay? So what's happening is, in this session, this case study, is the wrong word is being used. Let's get back to the video.
All that shit you can't even control when you are in pain with your period cramps. You always have to lash out on somebody. The fact that y'all think that y'all can control your unconscious brain, right? What your body produces, if you get horny, if you have an adrenaline jump, if somebody confronts you, if you get your blood pressure high and low, y'all can control that shit. You only can control 5 to 10% of your bodily functions. And your feelings is something that you can control. You saying that you can do something about depression and you can walk it off is just like me saying, I can twist my ankle so bad and tighten up my shoe and say, I will walk it off. Yeah, be a big boy, fatty. Be a man, fatty. You can do it, fatty. Go to work, fatty. I know your daddy died. But it's irrelevant. We know you can chop off my legs and I can go drag myself to the market to sell some potatoes. I understand. But for the most part, if some of y'all got amputated, we lost somebody, we lost our job, we lost our drive, we lost whatever we actually value, you are going to be into a state that you can control. It's uncontrollable. You can control what we can do with those emotions, but you can control the fact that Leosha did something that makes me so angry that I might not be, but I'm boiling, especially women. Every time y'all get something on your brain, every time Annabella from accounting is a bitch to y'all be thinking about that shit for 3 days.
He said 3 days. But guess what, Patty? They're making a choice to do that. They're making a conscious decision to sit there and dwell on that thing for 3 days rather than let it go. That's not depression. It's a mood disorder. Here we go.
You act on it, most of y'all don't, which is the part that I agree. You can control not lashing out on your feelings, but you can control feeling your feelings. And depression, like Kanisha said, I think it was Kanisha, or Coco, your brain literally lights up in certain areas when you're happy, in certain areas when you're horny, in certain areas when you're mad. You can see it.
Right. So Penny, y'all talking about two different things here. Yeah, talking about two different things here. Depression has nothing to do with what you're describing. And like I said before, I think what's happening is people are labeling emotional responses and emotional reactions that they choose to sit in and choose to dwell in as depression. And it's not. Let's see. TC, just because you're in a bad mood doesn't mean you're depressed. Correct. You can control your change in mood. Correct. Exactly. Nino said, is it possible to be depressed and not know it? Yes, it is possible. You can have chemical imbalances in your body that will cause you to be withdrawn, isolate yourself, have suicidal thoughts. I can't say that, can have those kind of thoughts and things like that, and you don't even know why and where they're coming from. I have a visitor. I got a visitor in the beauty. Hey, Fatty.
Hey, Red. I'm just waiting for some food. I'll be on camera in like 30 minutes, okay? I just wanted to say this.
Yes.
I never said what I'm saying is depression. Ever. Like, you know when the title is something, but we go on a tangent or we do an introduction of a concept talking about something like smaller to get to something bigger?
Yeah.
My point is simple. If I cuss you out right now, or I click a button that deletes your stream on purpose, or do something foul to you, you can help to feel the reaction that you're feeling.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
your choice to be mad at. Yeah, it's not your choice to be mad at it. And no matter how many times, for example, when a man cheats on the woman and the woman says, I forgive you and I will make sure that we stay together, but she can't get rid of the resentment that is on the back of her brain, even though she tries over and over again. This is what I'm talking about. It's not about these feelings being equal to depression. Is what we're talking about is that they were overestimating the fact that they think they can control their feelings, when most of us are one person cutting us on traffic to just go ballistic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're talking about the emotion. That's why I said your emotional response, like your emotional reactions, is what you're talking about.
Yes, and you can control that. Even Shaolin monks can't, like, you can train your brain to kind of limit the response you get, right? But for the most part, if you can even control day-to-day basic feelings that you get, lust, envy, excitement, frustration, if you can control those, there's no way you are telling me that you can control chemical imbalances in your brain that have nothing to do with anything you can control. You are not Professor Xavier from X-Men. You don't have this type of control over your body. And people, for whatever reason, confuse the willing power that they have on their conscious brain to go outside and to do a 5-mile walk so they can get some sun and get better, to once my brain activity or the functions that I actually do shuts down, meaning I go and put my head on my pillow. You can control the thoughts that come to your head. You can control the way that those feelings rush to your brain. There's nothing you can do to actually stop them. You can only try to contain them afterwards. You see what I'm saying? So
right, I see what you're saying. With I think what happens is, like, when you guys started out when you started asking the question, you labeled it as depression, right? And then even when we get a little bit further in it, I think that's where this lady here, my test subject, what's her name? Keisha. What's her name? Yeah, Kanisha. I think that's where she was kind of like getting a little irritated, because I think the concept that you and Ali were talking about wasn't depression, right? And I agree with you with the emotional response and stuff like that. And also what you were saying is, we can those emotions can come to us, right? But we can choose whether we react to them.
Sure, but how do you stop
or embody them? You know what I mean? Because like the example you gave, when a woman can be mad at you for like 3 days, right? You know what I mean? So you're making a choice to be mad at you for 3 days.
No, you don't.
Yes, you can.
No, you don't.
You don't think that's a choice?
Absolutely not. Is your brain working for you? You can choose. Like I said, the resentment is the perfect feeling, right?
Okay.
Or frustration. You've been telling your boyfriend for the last 6 months to don't put the socks in the ground, and you're really trying to do a concerned effort to not snap on him over and over and over again until he keeps doing it and doing, to the point where now you feel he's disrespectful. You don't want to be mad at him, but you are going to either be resentful or frustrated because it doesn't go through, like, it doesn't stuck. It gets on one ear and goes out of the other. We do the same thing with YouTubers usually. Hey man, I tell you not to do these words because this word is TOS. And you are very, very understandable and very nice because you don't want to be upset. And then the person drops another F-bomb, but another maggot. And now, me, even though I made a concerned effort to be nice and kind, now I'm mad, frustrated, resentful because you keep not doing what I ask you to do. This is not choices. You are going to feel what you feel. It's your choice to express it, to suppress it, or to ignore it. But the feeling was always be there.
You make a choice.
No, but the feeling is always there. You want suppressing something.
I'm not negating the feelings, right? I'm not saying that the feeling's not there, but I'm saying, but you make a choice. You make a choice to react to it or hold on to it, right? Because I'm not.
Right, is the second part. No. Right, is the second part. React. React. No. React. Agree.
Okay.
You have the choice to react. To hold on to those feelings You have no choice. Your brain is not wired for you to choose what you download and what you put on the garbage bin so it can be little like a phone. You don't choose to. So, Red, have you ever forgave a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever forgave a person, but always felt some type of way about that person because that person did something that actually violates you on a very negative way? Family members, best friends, boyfriends, like that ever happened to you?
Yeah. Also, you saying it in that way? Okay, so
Yes.
okay, if you use okay,
Yes,
if
is
you using that
the
example, I understand what you're saying.
this is the best example I can find. You have an ex boyfriend or girlfriend, y'all ended in terrible terms because that person was terrible to you. Time passed, time heals all wounds. You kind of forgot, you let it go, and then you say, hey, you know what? Let me go on a date with that person. And then as soon as you sit on that chair and they start talking, all the suppressed feelings you had over that person come right in your brain. You're like, damn, I remember. I remember why I left you. I hate you. This is what we're talking about. You can control those. You can control it. They burst when.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I just wanted to establish the conversation with that because it's the walk it off thing. Like, you see what I'm saying? You can kind of walk it off, but that doesn't mean that you didn't broke off your feet, right? How many people have tremendous amount of pain on their body and they walk it off? Oh, I'm going to work anyway. You can do it. That's the choice, how you react to the twisted ankle. But if you don't go to the doctor, that is going to get worse, and there's going to be a point of time where you can walk it off because you can control the pain that comes through your body. So I just wanted to establish that before I get on camera because I'm ordering something.
I accept it because when you gave me that analogy about forgiving someone and those things keep coming back to you.
And by the way, this was not the topic. We just talked about it because they were talking on the back about this for 30 minutes.
I was like, where are we going with this?
So this happened because we were talking on the back about this for 30 minutes, and I said, you know what, we're going to save it and we're going to start the show talking about this so we can start with it.
What started the if it's not personal, what started the conversation about it?
We were talking about happiness.
Okay.
And we were talking about the fact that you can control your happiness. Happiness comes in bursts. And some people say, yes, you can. No, you can. And he went from happiness to moodiness to depression. But we were talking kind of about, can you control your feelings? And like I said, most people confuse, can I control my feelings or not? You can control how you react to them. If I'm in an extremely state of anger, I have a choice to punch you or to just fall back. But you can control the receptors that is going to make your brain fire up and feel those feelings. And I think they were confusing the both. So I started my conversation by saying, like, y'all literally lose your shit about the minimal thing is clearly lack of is clearly you don't control the things that you feel on a day-to-day basis. And now all of a sudden y'all telling me that if you work hard enough, you're not going to feel what you need to feel. No, you are always going to feel it. You just can control the reaction. So the conversation went by that.
It's the feeling, getting the feeling it and reaction is two different things. Getting the feelings and reactions to that. So okay, I see what you're saying here because it was kind of confusing. I'm like, why are they talking about depression? That's not depression. So
is because you are looking from a point of view of somebody that wants you do the not the definitions, but let's stick with it. Let's get the topic with the topic. We actually literally derailed the whole show on Friday because me and Ali was having a conversation that was literally should be 2 minutes, should be an email, right? Because we were not talking about the same thing. On these shows, unfortunately, like it happens a lot. I think we kind of by the end kind of got stuck on the depression thing and we moved along. But we were talking about feelings on the back too. So that's why we kind of went up and down in relationship to that. But
that explains a lot to some of the answers that were given. So
I'll be back in 30 minutes. Friends, support the show, share with your baby mamas, and please support the Cash App and the PayPal, please. I see you in 30, right?
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, let's get back. So now Fatty gave us some, some information that we weren't privy to, right? Where the conversation was supposed to go. All right. So we already know they're not talking about clinical depression. They're talking about the moodiness, the emotional outbursts, what you're feeling and how you react to what you're feeling. So this is the premise of it. So let's scratch out the is depression a choice, right? Because we know depression and moodiness and emotional responses are two different things. So we got that. So shout out to Patty to coming up to clarify what this conversation is. All right, y'all ready? Let's get into it because it's about to get spicy. Here we go. Oh, and shouts out to everybody that came in. Carl Anderson, shouts out to you. Messi, Michonne just popped in. Hey, Messi, Zyrex is in the house. I think I saw some other people. Nino Nation is in the house. Nino says, how can you seek help for a problem you don't know you have? You can't if you don't know you have it. And that's why it's a lot of times it's best to, because a lot of people don't even go to the doctors or whatever, right? And I believe this is where your village come in, Nino, because the people around you will know changes in you before you will. That's my thing, right? Like my dad would say, yeah, you sleeping a lot, like, why are you sleeping a lot? Like, because they know I don't sleep, right? They know I don't sleep, and then all of a sudden I'm sleeping all day, then they know something's wrong. So if you don't know you have a problem, that's what the people around you are supposed to, love you enough and care for you enough and, know you enough to say, hey, what's up with you, right? So that you can get, the help that you need. I mean, that's what I think. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's listen.
So I think that people that don't understand how feelings work and now they can literally sneak on you and fuck up your whole year because something happened to you so bad that you can't leave from there. I don't understand how can you go and live a day-to-day basis without understanding that things happen to you that are completely out of your control. And to prove it, I will give you a YouTube channel.
About feelings or depression, or are you just tying those things together? I'm just confused.
Depression.
Some of the stuff you say be right, but some of the stuff you say don't make sense.
The feelings is the.
So I think this is where our test subject got irritated because just like the conversation me and Fatty was just having, and then in the slides that I just showed you, how the feelings and depression is two different things. And so I think this is where she was kind of getting like, okay, what are we really talking about? Are we talking about depression or are we talking about feelings? Which one are we talking about? So I think this is y'all help me out, the ones watching the show. I think this is where she kind of got a little irritated because maybe she does know that depression and moodiness and people's feelings and things is two different things. And she was trying to figure out how he was trying to put the two together. So you can see it on her face. She already like, child. She is okay. She is not. She is. Look, she ready to beat Fatty up. All right, let's go.
Appetizer, depression is the main course. Depression is a deep state of sorrow.
Not a precursor to the depression you're saying.
Fatty said she was irritated on the first show. What first show? The first show. Oh, she was on the show before? I don't know. And on the back, this didn't start. So she must have came pre-offended. She came pre-offended. You know what? That's what I've been noticing a lot. That people have been coming to the shows and stuff like that already pre-offended about something or already have like an issue with you or Ali or somebody on the panel. So they come to fight. That's crazy. She said, oh, she came in before and left for 20 minutes. Oh, Lord. Good thought. So she was already emotional. Emotions are biochemical reactions. Feelings are mental awareness of said response. Indeed, sorry. All right, let's go. So she got her little squint on y'all.
Your body chemistry and how is wired and exterior mechanisms can trigger the pressure on you. Example, a family member dies unexpected, and all of a sudden
those are feelings of sad grief. Those are emotions, right?
No, so let's do that real quick. That's what I wanted to make sure. Let's stay fat.
Define depression?
No. I didn't say define. Well, we should. But what I'm saying
right.
is, can everybody on the panel?
And that's when I sent the super chat. Define depression. Like, define depression, y'all. Because it's getting, all over the place right now.
Let's do this. Let's do this before we get lost in the sauce. Does everybody on the panel believe that clinical depression is real? You got diagnosed. This person is going through this daily, repeatedly. Yes. They're always in a state of sadness. Does everyone on the panel believe that?
Yes.
And I think what people
who doesn't believe in it?
Who doesn't believe in it? So everybody believes in it.
Shouts out to the copper. Okay, make sure y'all start drinking out of copperware. Okay, electrify your bodies. Okay, shouts out to the copper.
And I think that's where the miscommunication is coming when people are saying we don't believe in depression.
Right.
I think it's the people who are not actually depressed that are choosing to be in that state of sadness. Just like you said, the people dealing with their kids, dealing with life circumstances, but all of a sudden when they go to the club, when they can get away from them kids, when they ain't got to do nothing for somebody, they're happy in another moment. The actual state of depression, the clinical depression, I believe everybody on the panel believes in. It's the people who are saying they're depressed and sad that are choosing to live in that state. I think that's where the
just 1 second, please, and Kanish, you can go. So we established that depression exists.
Yes.
Is depression a choice? Go ahead, Kanish.
No, okay.
Oh, there was a point, right?
Well, no, I disagree with Ali. Everything.
See, here we go again. We're going back to the depression. We're not going to address it because Fatty already explained what he was trying to say. So let's go past that.
He said,
no. Everybody's gonna say yes to that.
But some people are sad. Yeah, like when I had my divorce, I was completely sad. And I still have secular moments, but I'm making a choice. Like when my ex-husband.
But Kanisha, clinical depression is something completely different.
One second, let her finish, please.
Not to stay in that because I already know. Okay, this is a pattern. This is how this works. This is how this goes. So I'm recognizing and I'm choosing to not stay. So that's
so depression is a choice.
But Ali was speaking to, there's a difference between clinical depression, because that's actually a medical diagnosis due to the chemical messages in your brain being a bit off. So you will stay in a depressed state longer than most people. Right. You are clinically depressed. That is something separate than being depressed, because all of us at certain points can be depressed.
Also, those are two different stages of depression. You're saying clinical and depression are two different things.
Yeah, well, two different stages. Yes, clinical is.
There are 5 stages of depression.
It's an extended period of depression, going through whatever testing or screening to determine that you're clinically depressed.
Okay.
Because before all that, all people get sad. All people feel sadness at one point or the other. Mm-hmm. The term and the intensity and the duration determines if sadness will fall into depression, and depression falling into clinical depression.
Oh, okay.
So
what makes it depression when it's persistent? We're not talking about a few days. We're not talking about a couple of weeks, whatever. But when it's persistent, months and years, then that's when it falls into depression. Okay, so your moment of sadness for the moment, right? Or, your emotional response is not labeled depression because it's temporary. But when something is persistent beyond weeks and months, that's when it's going to be labeled depression.
So Coco, is depression a choice?
Can I say something?
You can say something before she goes. How are you doing, Genesis? How are you doing? I love to have you here. Thank you very much. Thank you. So depression is not a choice. So you can choose to not be depressed and that should still not work. Is that fair?
Wait,
I got a question.
You can choose to.
I got you, Kanisha.
You can say that again?
You can say, I will not be depressed. I'm delivered. I am not depressed. I'm going to get rid of these right now. And those things still stuck on you like a bad cloud above your head every time you walk. They go after you. Like it is. Is that a choice to check it out, or you are subject to your bodily functions in your brain and the things that actually come with being a human being?
You can be depressed, but there's treatment for depression. You just saying you're not depressed anymore doesn't mean you're no longer depressed. You can be
so it's not a choice.
Being depressed is not a choice.
This is a very easy question. Like, what's funny? Fatty, is eating Burger King a choice? Is being obese a choice? Absolutely. It's a personal choice. I decide to eat more calories than I put out. So yes, being fat and becoming fat is a choice, right? A state of obesity is a choice. But one second. But there's exceptions of people that have thyroid problems and all that can choose. Their body literally says every Twinkie you eat, 90% is going to stay on you, right? So my question is,
she ready. She is ready to bounce.
Like, what is depression? A state of mind that you actually can choose not to be in, or is something that is going to happen to you even if you want to shake the shit off?
Depression can happen to anyone.
We shouldn't be talking about this.
Can I just say something?
No.
As a person who suffers depression.
So I think depression, you can't just say, oh yeah, I'm not going to be depressed today, because that's something chemically going on in your brain and all that kind of stuff, right? But emotional response, you can choose to whether to get help for said depression. That's where the choice comes in when you're clinically depressed, and when you're having emotional response to something, the mood thing, we're gonna call it mood disorder, right? The moody thing, I'm in my feelings thing. You also choose the response to that as well. You can choose how long, you're gonna crash out, or you're gonna hit somebody upside the head. You're gonna run them over with your car, that kind of thing. You make a choice, how you want to deal with that. So I think that's where the choice comes in. But the actual feelings of it, we can't choose whether to feel it, because those are something that's in us. Those are something that's biological, mental, emotional. These are some of the things that all human beings have. So we can't choose those, but we do choose how to react to those things. And our test subject, baby, she is annoyed. She said we shouldn't be talking about this because she is confused. Yeah, here we go.
Kanisha, why did you say that? And then we have the Genesis.
I said we shouldn't be talking about this. This is just terrible. I mean, we haven't done no research. We don't even barely know the definition. Now I'm just finding out that there's stages.
I mean, she got a point. Like y'all should have did yeah. She got a point. Like look, that's why I put in the chat. That's why I said the super chat. Define depression, because some things y'all seeing labeling depression one depression. So look, test subject she had a point. Like, you should define what's going on up here, but
Now, my question was for Coco, and it related to the stages. Like, if you are sad, then you go into depression, or some people just automatically jumping into the medical depression or the clinical depression. Like, I was just curious about the flow of it, because if you start with sadness, there may be a choice there that could prevent the depression. So that's why I was just curious with Coco. Yeah. When it comes to people and the onset of these things, like what stage do you have a choice in being in?
Thank you. That's a great question. So I'm not a clinician. I want to put that out first.
I'm a health coach, and I assume. I'm sorry.
So let me go to my slides. So we can help her out a little bit. So what happens is you are triggered by something. That's the onset stage, right? So so I'm thinking, if you know that said thing is going to trigger you, then you have a choice whether you can nip in the bud right here, right? So you're in the onset stage of something triggering you. You're getting, and then you're going into the emotional part of feeling what the thing is triggering you, right? So before you get to the third stage, which is the withdrawal, the behavior withdrawal, the changes in your mood and stuff. If you notice the first two, I'm inclined to think that you can nip it in the bud before it gets to the severe stage. But that's if you're conscious enough. That's if you're actually in tune enough to know what's happening to you, I think. Now, I'm not talking about the emotional reaction and receptors. I'm talking about depression right now. So, but these are the stages, okay? And on the right side is the severity. You have mood, you have mild, moderate, and then you have severe, okay? All right, let's get back to the video.
I am a health coach, but I'm not a licensed
certified licensed.
Yeah, I'm not a licensed social worker. I'm not a professional counselor. But what I will say is that I had deep sadness for something that happened in my life, and then I sought a professional, and then I was diagnosed to be depressed. Now, that was only temporary. I didn't stay in that depression, but because of the life events that happened to me, and because I was in a depressive state for an extended period of time, then I was depressed. And now again, clinical depression, all of these are medical terms and all of these have definition, is if that you are in a depressive mood for a sustained period of time, and they can do additional testing to determine if there's a chemical or hormonal or something imbalance. According to my clinician friends, because I used to work with, those type of professionals. That is something different. So I understand what Fatty's trying to say, but again, there has to be, sometimes there's an event that causes a depressive moment, a divorce, a loss of a child, a traumatic life experience that will move someone to be depressed. That doesn't go against what Fatty's saying. It's just that when we get into these clinical terms, we have to be careful about what we're saying.
Right.
Anyone can experience depression. Anyone. Most people have experienced depression and not realize it. It's just they weren't diagnosed when that happened. And then either they're still in that state of depression, they don't have the tools to deal with it, and they're just going through life. And some people are just, when it comes to depression, more people have experienced than not. And just don't know it.
Yeah, there's just so many undertones that, it's just so much. I think this platform.
Go ahead, Jen.
Because like I got diagnosed with depression. I didn't even realize I was depressed. I got diagnosed with postpartum depression and major depression. I didn't know I was depressed. And then they took me to the doctor, and then they gave me some pills, some Celexa, and I was like, oh crap. What? I feel normal. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize there was a difference. You know what I'm saying? After I've been living it with it so long, I didn't know that I was going through a depression. And let me tell you something. Low vitamin D, like I suffer from like low iron, low vitamin D, my thyroid, like a lot of like health stuff, like having like a low thyroid and low vitamin D. And also I was like bleeding to death, basically. Didn't know I was bleeding to death. And so you'll feel like just like laying in bed and not wanting to get out of bed. You don't even realize. You think you're depressed, but really, no, you have low vitamin D, your hormones are messed up. So a lot of times, that's why it's probably great to go to a doctor, get a medical professional to diagnose these things. A lot of stuff is like chemical. It's not just a thought. It's a chemical imbalance. So it's not something like a person could choose, because half the time when you have these issues, you don't even realize it until someone pulls the blinds in your house and you realize you've been sleeping in your room in the dark for days. So
sure, I think this is a very important conversation that people don't have together collectively. And why I think it's important, because we have to gauge, is it my responsibility to deal with what I'm feeling and my impact on you, or is it all of our responsibility to control what happens and how it impacts each other and what we're supposed to do when it happens? Because I do believe like parts of the initial response to it, or your initial emotion, you can't control, but how you react to what you do and what you do to others is your control. So I think it's important to have the conversation, because what people are doing ultimately a lot of times is justifying what they do to other people, and not just to themselves, but to other people. So I think it's a very important conversation to have, because do you control it or don't you control it? Is the initial part warranted to the fact that maybe you can't control how your brain responds to that initial experience or encounter or initial emotion, but you control what you do after that, So because a lot of people will say hurt people hurt each other, right? But then there's other sayings, it's your responsibility on earth and how you're treating other people. Muhammad Ali, like your reign on earth is how you treat other people and how you serve other people as well too. So whose responsibility is it? And is it a choice ultimately? And what part of it is it a choice? What part of it isn't a choice?
Well, when it comes to depression, do you realize a person that's going through postpartum depression have killed their own children? So it's a thing where if you're not realizing that you're mentally going through something, and you might even think it's because a lot of like, especially when you get into severe depression, right, you'll think that things are happening that are not even happening. Your take on the world is completely changed from what's actually happening in real life. So you get into arguments and you don't even realize why you're being like, you might be snapping on people and don't even realize that you're out of line. So
Ali, before you go, Ali, Kanisha, I actually think there's very important to have this conversation, even if we are not doctors or well informed, because of the 500 people watching this, I guarantee that 100% probably.
So I'm wondering, was something going on in the back or something? With like she typing something? Because I was kind of weirded, like why or was Fatty just responding to her saying that we shouldn't be talking about this? But her body language is weird though. Like she's like rolling her eyes, shifting back and forth. Yes, she does not want to have this conversation at all. She is not about this life right now.
We are in that state. But like this,
when Ali spoke, you're right. To me, we do need to have this conversation. I just think sometimes people just are so opinionated and they slang their opinion, and it just comes off so nasty. And you got to be careful in arenas like this when you're talking about mental health. So that's where my stance was. But after
Coco
came up, like that was well spoken. People are really suffering. There's underlying issues. There's childhood trauma. There's so many elements that shape our mindset, and we just have to give each other grace and stop pointing the finger and saying, "Oh, you got a choice and you this." We need to really give people more grace.
But Kanisha, I just wanted to make sure, because, for example, a lot of people think that we are here 100% for entertainment reasons, but the conversation that we have here a lot of times make people think about their personal life, make them be curious to go on Google or to ask to somebody, hey, they were saying this and this and this, I feel this way, can I get, like, a lot of times this is the jailbreaker for them to open the door and to go search around if there's actually something wrong with them. So pardon us, pardon us if, like, for the people watching, forgive us if we're wrong. A lot of times somebody needs to actually open the door for y'all to search around. So if you're feeling some type of way, if you don't know if you're depressed, if you're going through something bad.
Yeah, and I agree with Fanny. Like sometimes having these like improper conversations, and I've always been under the impression of sometimes you don't even know why you just start talking about something, because sometimes it may be just one person that needs to hear something, right? If you're going through the symptoms of depression, like Coco was explaining a few things, and that could have triggered someone in their brain and say, that sounds familiar. So I do agree with Fatty on that. However, I think, like, while you're in the show, that's like I was trying to send the messages, when they were saying things, like, telling them that there's 5 stages, telling them that there are 5 types and there are 8 stages, what I'm saying, and you try to get the information, and also put the hotline into the chat. So when we having these kind of conversations and stuff, that we can kind of like, quickly chat GPT something, or just pull up an article or something really quick when we having, like, deep conversations about stuff like that, because we're being open and honest and have sharing our opinions and our experiences. What we do want to have some kind of, like, some backing on it. That's just my opinion. You know me, I like to teach, so I'll pull up some slides, baby. Okay.
Don't take it as clinical advice, but make sure that you are at least curious to see what is going on with you, so you actually can go get out of the state that you are, if it's possible. Let's get Coco, and then
ladies.
Coco real quick, and then Ali and Genesis, because they had something to say. Go ahead.
I want to mention really quick. So if you have an employer, you have an employee assistance program. Most people underutilize it, where you can get free counseling sessions. So, and that is per topic. So if you're depressed, or if you have family issues, if you have relationship issues, there are so many different types of EAP, and you get, depending on your employer, 4 to 8 sessions per issue. So I know, like Patty said, this is an important conversation to have, but if you do feel like you're going through something and you need to talk to a licensed professional, you do have EAP. Please use it, because most employees do not know about it, or it's underutilized. So please contact your employer, ask them if they have an employee assistance program. It's not only mental health counseling that's available. There's other things available under that program as well, but please check it out.
Yes, and Coco is correct. And a lot of times, a lot of companies after the pandemic implemented that service in their company. So even if they don't, because a lot of people don't even know that's there. So if you reach out to your HR director or someone in HR, they should be able to point you in the right direction. However, I am going to drop the hotlines in the chat for you guys, just in case. And mods, if you can, continue to drop it throughout the show, just in case, guys. And this one is for the Crisis Lifeline. And this one is for the National Mental Illness Hotline. Okay. So I'll drop those in the chat for y'all. Okay. All right, let's go.
Uninterrupted, please, Genesis and Ali. What you guys had to actually add to the conversation. And friends, by the way, like the video, friends. That's crazy. There's 400 something people. Everybody should have 200 likes. Come on,
because this is why so I don't like where Kanisha was saying, let's be careful. Can we move away the 1 out of 5, the 1 out of 5 people who are clinically have clinical depression? Like, these are the people I don't want to talk about, right? We don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk about the diagnosis.
I want to talk about something else, though. I want to talk about the other things
with these conversations.
Look, so I cut that part because she was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna talk about something else. We want to talk about what we talking about, lady. What you gonna tell us what you gonna talk about? Lord have mercy. Lord, lady, she's coming in just taking over people's show. Lord Jesus.
We start talking about mental health and depression. We're gonna start talking about one gender. The other gender.
I thought it was ladies first. I
was wondering why we went there.
Let me finish. This is why, like, we have to have this conversation, because in one way,
so if you don't know what happened, so the little lady at the bottom with the glasses, she started talking about a lot of the women's issues and stuff. And then she got kind of like graphic a little bit. She started talking about bleeding for days and stuff. Needing to get a blood transfusion. I'm like, baby, this is not the show for that. She was getting personal. And so Ali went and said, we're not just going to focus on the only women, but men have depression as well. So let's continue because this is where it is about to get loose spicy. Okay.
Fatty says this actually exists, and a lot of women keep talking about depression. Then in a way, y'all can start justifying all the behaviors y'all do when you demonstrate to your man. But if men don't have depression and men are just making excuses, and then they be real men and take care of these women who have depression when they were born to be this type of way, then we completely derail the conversation to the point that man can't have depression, men know how to control themselves, and the conversation becomes a moot conversation because it doesn't matter what the men are going through. We're gonna have a conversation.
No, I think
no, hold on, y'all. I'm saying respect. Kanisha, I'm not saying it that way, but be mindful that everyone that spoke so far was talking about the experiences of a woman. Nobody started talking about what men are going through. That's
I thought this was ladies first. I thought it was ladies first. That's why
Wait a second, isn't this ladies first?
When we were discussing it, I never thought we were only talking about women. I was literally thinking we were talking about depression in general because depression is not gender specific. Men go through it as well, probably a lot more, and we don't know about it enough because society doesn't support men in their vulnerability in dealing with depression. And I think we should support men way more because they have mental things that they're going through and they don't have outlets. At least,
right? As you can see, I was trying to help the show out a little bit. Also putting some things in there, just like I said to super chat, was like, men go through postpartum depression as well. I did a whole show on that. Okay. I did a complete show on that last year, broke it down. I had my slides. I had to teach a little bit on men also go through postpartum depression. It's not just a woman thing. It's a man thing too. The whole family tends to deal with a lot of things when there's a baby around and whatnot. So while we listen to this, I will find the link to that video and I'll put in the chat. So if you men want to review it, I did do a show on men having postpartum depression. Okay.
Enough outlets for them to get it out. And there's like a stigma with men going to therapy, seeking help, asking for help, because there is like a standard that society placed on men to tell them, oh, you're not depressed, you need to just go out and make more money. You're not depressed, you need to just go to the gym. It's a lot of internal shit that men aren't supported enough to handle, which causes depression. And like Miss Genesis said, a lot of times these men are depressed and don't even realize it.
Most women don't care.
Okay, I'm glad we get to this point. So, I got my slides. All right, let's get to the men's. I got some information on the men's, okay? On my brethrens. All right, depression rates in men. About 6.2% of men in the U.S. experience major depressive episodes each year. Roughly 6 million men deal with depression annually. Nearly 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety overall. Men are diagnosed at about half the rate of women. And I think we pretty much know why. Men have a different makeup or a societal, how can I say it? Expectation, right? It's more, and I think Fatty's going to get into that, so I'm not even going to go because he's going to explain it in his commentary. Yet they die by deletion 3 to 4 times more often than women. Let that sink in, guys. Around 75 to 80% of deletions by person, I'll say it like that because I don't want to get straight, are men. Around 75 to 80% of sides are men. Wow. How likely are men to stay silent? Very high, and the numbers back it up. Less than half of men with depression gets treatment. In some studies, only 1 in 5 men have contact with a mental health professional before deletion, self-deletion. Men are less likely to seek help than women. Translation, a large percentage of men are dealing with depression quietly. That goes to the folks that says, I ain't never heard of it in the 80s and the 90s. Because most time people dealing with it quietly. You didn't talk about it. You didn't address it. You pretty much cope with it, diluted with alcohol, diluted with the drugs. Some people use sex. Some people use, different outlets to deal with it. Okay. So just because you didn't hear about it doesn't mean it wasn't there. Okay. Let's go back to the video. Oops, sorry.
And by the way, vitamin D is
Jazz just doubled down on it. And Jazz, you did it. So even if you didn't do what I said you didn't do, Jazz, you just did another form of it by saying society doesn't care about men when in reality it's women. If a man goes somewhere to a clinic, maybe the doctor will care, maybe the psychiatrist will care, maybe the psychologist will care, maybe his therapist will care. If he goes to his woman, she'll end up being the victim to his problems and what he's feeling typically, Jazz.
Okay, but
so hold on, y'all talk.
Most men don't care.
I'm a man up here talking to say I've been in mental health for 15 years, and the automatic reaction always like it's already frowned upon. Are you listening to what I'm even saying right now?
No, because you're making it about having your significant other be responsible for your depression. If you are really going through depression, you need to seek help. And that goes to somebody who's licensed that can help you to identify your depression. Because I'm not saying, no, because wait a minute, let me finish. You're making it seem like society equals the women that rejected men. No. Men created that standard. Men created that standard that men don't feel things. They don't have vulnerabilities. That's women shit. That's feminine stuff. Men aren't depressed. They need to just go. Men set that standard up. Now, I'm not saying that women should not have a safe space for their significant other or for just men in general to be able to get their shit off. But the average person may not be equipped to handle your depression. So you should go seek professional help in order to get that. A lot of times women, they don't usually rely on, they may be more vulnerable naturally to talk about what's bothering them to their significant other. But women also take that other step to go seek professional help because it's something deeper. And your significant other, your family members may not be equipped to help you through that. And I think men should be supported more to go seek that professional help and to tell them that it's okay.
Yeah, I agree, because a lot of times your family members or your wife or whatever or husband are not, they know. It's the herb, Nino. I grow it in my garden. You so crazy. They are not equipped to handle your mental, what's going on with you mentally. So it's best that you seek, professional help. I agree with that, because we don't, if you don't know what's triggering it, right? And they can say something, do something to make it worse. So I agree with her saying that you need to not just lean on your significant other to help you through your depression. That it's best that you seek help, professional help, because a lot of people are not equipped to. And as you can see, like on these panels and things, a lot of women just can't even just listen, right? Like even in this conversation, the over talking, the under talking, and even like, we're going to see in a few minutes, when Fatty is trying to express himself, it caused an uproar, right? So relying on the woman to kind of like, help you through stuff, because they can't even listen. And as Fatty would say, they can't even be quiet to listen long enough to help you address the issue. So yeah, seek professional help.
To go and seek that help and not just keep it all balled inside and then only relying on a woman to fix it for you.
So Jazz, you did it to me again. That's what I'm saying, right? I was in mental health for 15 years. I have personal friends of mine too who went to therapy sessions, counseling sessions, marital sessions with people. Do you know what happens every time that the man and his woman would go to a therapy session, even if the woman recommended it, and then there was an issue that went to the woman had to be accountable? The sessions would end because she didn't want to go to therapy anymore. So it's not the fact that man can't go to. It's not anecdotal. So hey, you know what? So again, you're talking. Jazz, you keep taking the mic, Jazz. Right now. Every time I speak, you take the mic and go the direction you want to go with it, and it's a man talking, right? Like I'm telling you what other men are experiencing. From my own experience, you were in mental health for 15 years.
No, it's fine. Let him finish, please. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Again, most men can't go to that women. It's a rarity of women who actually concerned about their man's mental health, that actually love and support her through their man's mental health, or what they're going through. That isn't even clinical depression at the end of the day. It's just them going through something. They can go through to that woman, and they don't even have to speak to her. She just rejuvenates them. She just rejuvenates the man. A lot of times we men.
And that's true. And that goes back to a lot of things that I talk about, like, and here's the thing, like women don't learn their men. They don't take the time to actually learn them in, right? They don't take the time to actually pay attention to them, because a lot of women are very self-absorbed and selfish. They want to make sure that the man takes care of their needs, but they're really not paying attention to the man's needs, right? So Ali is right about this one, because a lot of men can't go to their significant others. I'm sorry, y'all. My son down there celebrating. I'm sorry, y'all here. So that is an issue a lot of men have, you know, where they don't feel comfortable enough to go to their significant others, or it's not a safe zone, which is sad because, you know, if you really like and love that person, you know, you should be able to feel if you've been in a relationship with some. Oh, this is my take. If you've been in a relationship with someone for quite some time, you tend to, well, you supposed to, you know, basically like really feel that person. So if like sometimes if he comes through the door and you don't even have to say anything, you could just feel his energy is different, right? And so you basically know what to do to, you know, lighten his mood or, you know, give him some peace, some comfort without him even saying or actually telling you what's wrong. And that's when a woman actually is in tune with her man. But a lot of women are not in that space, right? They're not in tune into their divine feminine energy, right? Because they are so they're selfish and focused on themselves and making sure that the man is taking care of their needs and learning them and listening to them and knowing, you know, what she's thinking and how she's thinking, but they really don't care about what the man is feeling. And that's very sad. And I think that's what causing a lot of men to be isolated. I found a lot of men are isolated even though they're married. I see a lot of men that's married or have girlfriends or living girlfriends or what, and they still feel isolated or alone. Anyway, that's the topic right there. Let's go.
Not want to communicate with that to you because we guard you. We don't want you to go through what we're going through. But y'all will come to us. No, we're not like you. We're not the same. When we do have an actual issue that we're going through is when the man is expecting his woman to be there, where most women aren't. And I told you, I give you the exception of the women who are there for their men. But a lot of time, women are not understanding of a broken man, and a man is going through certain circumstances, and she see him as weak, and she'll get away from him as fast as possible.
Yeah. But the thing, I have to side with Jess on this one because just because Janice is explaining the woman's point of view because she went through it doesn't mean that makes her against men. Men are the ones creating this shit. Men are the ones not going to the hospital regardless. Even if they have a woman, they don't want to go. If they're single, they don't want to go.
Patty is right. Men, you guys don't like to go to the doctors, okay? Especially in our community. They don't like to go to the doctors for nothing. Like I'm not going. We had Beans on the panel when Wednesday, and when he was saying how he wasn't feeling good, and then we told him about going to the doctors, and he gonna say, I'm going to no white man. He automatically say he wasn't going to the doctor. So I'm like, see, so I agree with Fatty on that. Y'all don't go to no doctors, baby. Y'all need to stop. Go to the doctor. Okay.
If they have a foot literally falling off their leg, they don't go. If they have cancer, they don't go. If they're itching, they don't go. This is men. Be a big boy. Walk it off. Don't cry like a baby. You're not a girl. This is things that we men created. And you know for a fact, every time a woman feels something, she already called in, oh, I think I have these, please, lady. And men don't do it regardless. So you are responsible for your mental health and you are responsible for the things that happen to you. Just like I can't stop a woman from having postpartum depression. You being depressed a lot of times has nothing to do with a woman. This is not a gender thing or a gender war thing or if I win, you lose. We definitely care way more about what women go through than what men go through, but this is a man's thing because every environment that is overly masculine, men literally push other men to do shit that is terrible for their body, terrible for their brain, terrible for their livelihood, terrible for their mental health, even though there's no woman involved. Like we see this with military, we see this with bouncers, we see this, oh, you sick? Come to work anyway. No, stay at home. You're going to get everybody sick, right? But once again, even though Ali is right on the empathy level that we have regardless to each other mental health.
She is mad, yo. She's like, if he don't shut up. Her lips is turned up, y'all. She ready. She is ready to pounce.
Can you hear me well, right?
Yep, you loud and clear.
I'm just trying this couch thing.
I see. Her lips is turned up. She's sucking her teeth, she's rolling her eyes, and she is ready to get busy. She is over it already.
I believe that men are actually the ones that determine that if you are a man, be a big boy, pull yourself by the bootstraps, you will go take care of your mental health. Most men are not telling men to actually take care of each other. I would say.
Now, why is that, Fanny? Was supposed to be like the brotherhood not telling each other that you need to take care of your bodies and stuff. Y'all just what's going on with the brotherhood with that?
No, is men glorify the pain and suffering thing, right? Okay. And this is why I disagree with Ali and I sided with Jess. I don't think this needs to be a gender war topic, because even if you remove woman out of it, men don't like to go to the doctor. Men don't like to talk about mental health. Men, like if men had the structure like women have, 4 out of 5 homeless wouldn't be men. You would find a place to stay because your fellow brotherhood will take care of you. Most men don't have these deep connections with other men like that. They don't have the support. So on the medical level and on the support system level, even if you remove women out of this, I actually think it will be worse because we will go less to the doctor. We will actually be more prone to just, because I'm by myself, I'm going to go meet my maker. Like being a man is a lonely journey. Either you be married, single, girlfriend, that's what we do. We understand we are more like polar bears and tigers. We are not like lions for the most part. Even we social, a lot of people are surrounded by people and they feel alone. So that's why I kind of sided with Jess. I actually think this was the most empathetic thing that I heard Jess saying. oh man, me too.
Especially about Lynn.
And Genesis, I know Genesis. She's just talking about herself. She's a woman. She's talking about bleeding and all these things. And it's not that she's against men. She's just saying it because that's her experience. So Ali is right on the woman don't have empathy for men mental health, because every time we push that forward, they are condescending towards us. They kind of look down on us. Every time a man goes to a woman to explain their pain, usually the conversation ends with, what about me? What about what I'm feeling? What about my pain? So men start doing that, right? So Ali's kind of right on that part. I just don't think it was necessary because it was not a dick and pussy conversation, and it kind of, like you veered to the highway, and now we are talking about how women are not empathetic towards it and kind of turn up like a don't to us. And it's funny that Kanisha, literally by doing what you did, kind of confirm what Ali is saying. She didn't give a fuck about our discussion. and Red, everybody knows us, right? We were on our best behavior. This show actually woman talked the most. Until Angry Man came in, it was woman for the most part. And as soon as I opened my mouth and I only was about to talk about men mental health, you were, oh my God, slow down. You talk too much. Why are you crying?
Hey, but when we get to the part of the clip when she mentioned her ex-husband, I was like, shoot, I see why he said that. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's go to the clip.
That your mama and your woman probably telling you to check on yourself more than men usually do to themselves. Is that unfairly?
No, I disagree with that. So I would agree. So I think you're conflating men telling men to be strong with the experiences of life versus the fact that someone's truly going through a mental health crisis and they're really dealing with something they're breaking in life versus the fact that most men are telling you to do what you're supposed to do because you're the foundation of the family. You're supposed to be strong for your family and endure certain experiences. So if you're saying that a person is telling you to be strong and pick yourself up from your own bootstraps, it's typically for the family. It's not if somebody's truly going through a mental crisis. The women were always supposed to be the love and nurturing of the household, and she was supposed to be the backbone and the support of the man when he came back home. There was someone there for him going through the actual encounters of life circumstances. But if the man's actually going through something and a tear was coming out of a man's eye, that the most men wouldn't turn that man away if he's going through an actual crisis. That's not something that other men have to go through. I disagree with that part. But if you're just crying because you had a long day at work, because your work was rigorous, because you're dealing with things that's going on in your household, then a man would say, hey man, be a man. But if you're going through some real stuff, no, most of today's society, a brother is there for a man. Your uncle is there. Your grandfather is there.
Is that true?
Let's go. That's y'all can say that, man, there's a lonely epidemic going on. Men don't have friends. Men don't go out. Men don't even know where to call to ask for $100 or to ask for somebody to help them move. And all of a sudden, men have a great supporting system. They don't. Men isolate themselves on purpose because they know the more isolated I am, the less problems I have to deal with other people. But there's the sword as cuts from both. Is the two-edged sword.
Yeah.
If you are going to isolate yourself because you don't want to deal with other people's problems, you are going to understand that when it's your time, nobody's going there to be helping you. So now you are like you solved the problem and created another for you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, they are. I disagree.
Ali, if that was the case, the self-deletion rate of men wouldn't be 5 times higher or 4 times higher than women. Men are men are choosing to delete themselves because they'd rather be on the afterlife than be on a shitty world. Respectfully, and let me just say this, Kanisha. And this starts with father.
Yo, she about to lose her cracks.
You know how I can prove that shit? Every time your daughter does something from 1-year-old to 45, my princess, we have to take care of you. We have to do this and all that. Man.
That is very true because my dad does it all the time. And
until the day I'll die.
Yep. And I'm 50. You be like, oh, my poor baby.
That's why y'all always have hope. Because even if you have $1 on your bank account and you will almost evicted, all you have to do is do an Instagram post and somebody's going to come from the moon with the cape and says, don't worry, Red. You need a room. You need $30. Let you be a man. Good luck with that.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Speaking of, don't hit the Cash App and support the show and the super chats and all that good stuff. Thank you guys.
And go fall in the park, fuck each other up, fight, be a grown man, just goes out by the bush, right? Be a big boy, big boys don't cry. This starts from the get-go. We make sure that our daughters are always in a state of self-preservation to the point where from the moment they are born until the day they grow up, they're always self-conscious about how they move, how they behave, their mood, how their body works and all that shit. And we tell boys since day one, hey man, just walk it off. Hey man, you'll be okay. Hey man, just power through. Hey man, you got it. Hey man, those 16-hour shifts is fine because you're taking care of yourself. You are killing yourself.
Send him out $40, E Black.
Send the $40, you dark motherfucker.
So I don't think that our women are dictating these things. I think men are doing this way before they meet the love of their life. And I know this for a fact. If you do sports, you know it. If you have a strenuous job, you know it. That the amount of men that literally go to an early grave because they were conditioned since babies to actually do what's best for society instead of putting themselves first is actually what's getting them on an early grave. Is not a random woman that meets them at 33 and all of a sudden this man stopped going to the doctor because she doesn't love you like that. That man was not going to the doctor even before he met her.
Real quick, Tanisha, that first part you said that we already rebutted, Fatty, that women try to use that against men, that they're not there for each other, and we have the most suicides. Women are the most on antidepressants, Fatty, and women attempt way more suicides than men do. They're just successful at it. You already know that.
He's still trying to make it like a man against woman thing.
Is that and there's a gender thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things. They are on more depressive medication because they go to the doctor more. Because they go to the doctor more, they will get prescribed more drugs for that. And self-deletion attempts usually are a cry for help. It's not that women don't know that if they throw themselves out of the window, they will delete. Mm-hmm. They know that if I cut my wrist and somebody sees it, I'm going to garner a bunch of attention. So that's why they attempt more. Their attempts are not... It's more self-harm attempts. Yes. Right. It's self-harm attempts than it is, I want to actually get out of here. Because, especially in the United States, everybody has access to guns, respectfully. If you really want to get out of here, and this is very rare that man says, I'm going to get out of here. Let me take some pills and go to the bathroom and go to the tub. No, they actually want to get out of here. So the stats a lot of times can be misleading, especially because if a man attempts and he is successful, it's over. Mm-hmm. The same woman can do the 7 times. As long as she survives, she can do it again and again and again. That's why the numbers are kind of skewed.
Yeah, men tend to, because I was doing the research and said men usually use the pew-pews, right? Because it's and women would do the cutting of the wrist, taking some pills,
Men will
things,
go for
things
the
that you
99% chance. Woman
yeah,
will go for the 35%
30
chance.
exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Here she comes, y'all. Ooh, here we go.
Is a cry for attention.
Let me land.
Because they
Most men and women. No, I don't. Most men and women don't. No, most men and women don't commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide. That's a moot point to go there and go, hey man. I realize that.
Just 1 second, because he has to land, Ali. But Ali, who has a better support group, woman or man, on average?
Women do. We already know that.
So there's the point. So there's the point.
You cannot say
no, Ali, please. Ali, no, I know you're going to raise the question, but Ali, the point is, you are saying that men support each other. No, they don't. Most men don't have, Ali, most men don't have 3 real friends. Most men don't have, like, woman could call 20 people from man to woman to, a woman can literally call a random man that she met on the chat today, and that man will stay on the phone for 2 hours with her, give her supporting words, saying you can do this, I will find a place for you. Like, a man, if I had to grab my phone to talk about my state of depression, I couldn't find 5 people to talk about this, and I guarantee you too, and most people don't have 5 people that they can stay 2 hours on the phone talking about their sorrow and their pain and all that shit. You call the same person 3 times and they're like, man, I hate this dude. Stop being a crybaby, man. Why are you a bitch? Always calling me, talking about how sad you are. Kanisha, please don't do that to me. Kanisha, respectfully, right? I know, 1 second, Kanisha. I'm being tolerant of you keep saying we.
Then she was doing yoga. She was doing yoga moves, all kinds of stuff. Oh my lady, woo-wee. Now, Fatty, was this her first time on the show?
No, it's the second time. She had a stunk face on the first time and she rage quit. Not rage quit, she left 20 minutes in, right? So this is the thing, right? That's what we kind of noticed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know who the show is. When I invite people, they are more aggressive towards Ali. And when Ali invites people, they are more aggressive towards me. Why? Because they think he's the also owner of the show when he invites them. And when I invite them, they think Ali is not the host of the show, it's me. Okay. So she was asking for the Ali special. Right? She was asking for the bitch. Right? But that's the thing. It's just a question of respect. And this is what most people actually do to me on this place. Fatty Talks Funny is a soft target. And because it's a soft target, I'm going to use that example to assert my dominance or to assert whatever I want to do until they actually find out who I am. And she wants to come back. She had a lot of fun.
Oh, she wanted to come
kind
back?
of let her slide. And this is the last time. I give you one show. Right. The next time you get in the Fatty special. Sorry.
Fatty, look, you did so good.
No, I didn't. No. Red, I should snap on her. No, Red, I should snap on her. There's no reason for me to just sit there and take that shit.
Yeah.
Me doing so good is me letting people step on me and keep a smile on my face because I want the show to continue. I should step on her. She had multiple opportunities to disengage and she keep escalating over and over again. So when y'all say, Fatty, y'all did. No, I didn't. I know what I should do. I know most of people agree. It's just, once again, we are on the entertainment business, so let them lead, I guess.
You suppress Fight Club Fatty. You suppress them. You suppress them.
No, and this just like this doesn't get me annoyed. Is like the how dare you?
Yeah.
The part that gets me annoyed is the how dare you? Yeah. Like how you as a grown person dare to pick up a fight with me. But hey, I want to see when me and Ali get 50,000 subscribers and 100,000. I want to see how things are going to go. Because I want to see if we're going to become more smiley.
Are they going to be even more like?
No. I'm talking about us. Are we going to become smilier and poor little thing? Or are we going to become more aggressive, like, man, fuck this bitch? Right?
Well, Ali, I think Ali's probably going to be like the 50-50. He's going to pick and choose of who he'd be more aggressive with. You know what I mean? But I don't think you're going to be nicer. I think you're going to be meaner.
I think people should mirror energy. Like, this is something that I've been taught since I was very young. Be nice, be kind to people that are kind to you. Be not be evil. Like, it's the kill them with kindness shit on the internet doesn't work. Because they keep trying you, and they keep trying you, and they keep trying you, and they keep, like, you become the butt of the joke, even if you're kind. Because we're full of people, like, we're around people that are full of shit. They only kind to the people that either they are sexually attracted, they want to gain something from, they want, like I'm saying, if you are somebody that is not useful to these people, or they feel they can get nothing from you, they will go crazy on you, and the only thing to stop is for you to fight back. Notice how every time I embarrass these people, they kind of become a little bit more sane all of a sudden. Because they don't want to be on thumbnails, they don't want to be the butt of the joke, they don't want to be embarrassing in front of 400 people.
Right, yeah.
Like they say, bullying works.
But yeah, bullying works sometimes. Yeah, it does.
And if it doesn't work, we'll find somebody else that is nicer. But with her, I don't think I did anything for her to just become that way. I just think that she thought she could get away with that shit.
See, because so you said that she was kind of like that went in the back, right? Too.
No, she has that stunk like red.
The stank
I would say my biggest gift is my social skills. I can understand being on the panel who is quiet, who is happy, who is mad, who wants to talk, who wants to. See what I'm saying? I can see it. Like, I am ultra empath when it comes to observing what is going on with the people. That's why on Friday, when me and Ali started going on, I said, hey, you guys better not blame me. Because I've already seen, I know where this is going. You don't blame me for this shit. And she, like, from the people that came on the panel, her predisposition was the worst. She was irritated. She was pouty. She was rolling her eyes. So I tried to diffuse the situation several times because I understood that she's annoyed by something. I didn't know that it was exactly for me. But as soon as she started doing the things when I was talking and then she stopped doing it with everybody talking, I was like, yep, it's me. She has a problem with me.
Yeah. So we about to get into it now because she ready to fly off the handle, y'all. Okay, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Shouldn't talk about these. Slow down. You're doing faces. And now, one second, please. One second. As a grown-up, I think we should respect each other and control the way our language, our body language is, right? Because you, so finish. I'm talking with Ali, and you keep huffing and puffing and slow down and stop. That's very condescending,
what
right?
do you expect? I'm a consumer, and I'm also on the panel. I'm listening.
Yes, and when I'm real quick,
and here's the thing, I be saying this all the time. I'm doing these rare perspectives. Ladies, y'all got to learn to just sit back and be cute if you cute and be ugly if you ugly while the boys are going back and forth. Don't jump in, don't ad-lib, don't do all the extra stuff because all you're going to do is make it worse. Just sit back, relax, and listen. That's all you got to do. Put some lip gloss on. Go get a drink. If you smoke ganja, light it up. Something. Just don't intervene. That makes it worse. Stop doing that, ladies. Stop it.
You know what? You got it.
No.
No, Ali, it's not a big deal. No, Ali, 1 second, Ali. It's not a big deal. No, it's Ali. Please, it's not a big deal at all. It's not a big deal.
Hey, Kanisha, we're having a conversation about mental health, right?
I'm trying to get to the point of what we were talking about when it came to the men and mental health. It's like he's like all of these different points that he's making. It's like he's going from one thing to the next.
You can make notes and address me.
Not making any sense.
You can make notes and address point for point when you're done, right? Can you make notes? Do you have a hand? Do you have some paper? Do you have a pen?
You're just really like. I just want you to slow down.
And I will say.
What do you mean? See, I just want you to slow down. Slow down to what? I don't think she was paying attention.
The fact that she's rolling her eyes for 30 minutes and she says, it's not about slow it down. As soon as I open my mouth, you feel some type of way. And the thing is, we all know that is not because I'm saying something. You just don't want to fuck me.
Right.
So that's all that is. Like, literally, down to the nitty gritty, you just don't want to fuck me. So when you don't want to fuck me and you don't know who I am and how much money I have and how tall I am and how much influence I am, this is how you treat people when you don't want to fuck them. That's all.
Yeah, she was
But then
being
the
on.
thing, I don't want to fuck you either, so why should I treat you good too?
Right. Right. Jesus Christ. She was infatuated with Ali Beard.
And I would say no, take notes. If I'm saying too much things that your little brain can, if I'm saying something that your little brain can comprehend to the point where I'm going too fast for you, keep up.
It's not about
Keep up. No, keep up. It's your job to keep up with me. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Instead of asking me to slow down, keep up.
Culturally able to talk on these points? That's another question I had. Are you culturally able?
What does that mean? Is mental? Hey, lady, is
Here we go. What does his culture have to do with depression, 80? I was like, where is she trying to go with this?
While she has a African pendant on her chest.
I think somebody sent in the super chat that she had Jamaican dreadlocks, African pendant, and she from America. Like,
It's people find an excuse to feel some type of way about you when the excuse literally doesn't fly to nowhere. We're talking about relationships, mental health, and depression.
Right.
What is the part of the world where people don't have those?
Exactly.
Culturally. Oh man.
Like that didn't even make sense. Like what are you talking about? Oh my goodness.
Tony calls it the hamburger special. Is when people, you're not even from here. What does that mean?
Right. Like what does that have to do with it? And then
Like, what is
you got to talk about men, right? I'm like, he's a man, so he's talking about men in depression. What are you talking about? Oh my God. She was trying to find something to make it stick to get to you. That's what that was.
Mental health, American problem or a worldwide problem? No, I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
Is depression and sorrow and suicide something that is only cultural to American people, or is something that worldwide people get affected by? Answer the question.
Absolutely not. It's not.
So why are you saying culturally when everybody gets depressed all around the world?
Culturally, I'm talking about the things that you're speaking on.
What am I saying?
When you're talking about certain things that you're talking about, culturally, you're out of bounds.
Lady,
now, we're talking about
Here is where I was confused. What on earth was she talking about? Things that you were talking about was different culturally and it was out of bounds. So when I went back to look at the video, and I was like, what on earth was she talking about? Because nothing that you were talking about had to do with anything of culture. It's just man, woman. I don't know. This lady weird.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Talking about the bold statement about depression. Yeah, that's a global thing.
I'm open. No, but what did he say? No, Ali, 1 second, Ali. Hey, Kanisha, I'm opening to correction. I'm going to fall back and calm down because people want me to calm down. Correct me. What did I say that showed that I am culturally disconnected? You have a chance to prove it, and I'll be quiet for 2 minutes so you can get your point.
I don't need to prove anything to you, Fatty. I think the panel could agree. You're all over the place. The stuff that you're
No, they all disagreeing with you, lady. Child, no, no.
And do you see why it was? She doesn't know me. She think I'm an extra. And she will be able to dissuade the panel to kind of go and agree with me.
Right.
So to agree with her. And this is once again, it is somebody that is clearly doesn't understand what's going on, because if she had any understanding of this panel, they understand that I know them more than she knows that. Like, again, isn't this little stupid TikTok shit that they think they're getting in the way that way?
Oh, she's from TikTok.
Of course. And this is some YouTube shit.
Yeah,
so once again is, let me, since I can go and make him look crazy, let me ask for the help of the crowd and let me get a phone call so what everybody turned against him. Which is what women usually do when they lose it. Let me weaponize the crowd against the man so he looks crazy and I look like the heroine. She was unlucky because this panel wasn't having it.
Yeah, the girls was not having it. They were like, what are you talking about? And the fact that she said, I'm not going to tell you anything, lets me know she didn't have anything. She was just pulling stuff out of you.
Saying,
give me an example.
1 minute you make a point, and then if it gets to something else,
give me an example.
It's not even connecting.
Give me an example. If Jazz was wrong, I would say, Jazz, you talk a lot. I believe that this is what you said is wrong. Please, Kanisha, you have the chance now to correct me. Where was I wrong? Correct me, please.
And you're all over the place. That is what I have to say.
Where was I wrong?
I have to say about your commentating is that you're all over the place.
Where was I wrong?
Loud and you're obnoxious. Yeah, all of that. Now
where was I wrong?
Now what?
Oh, you're obnoxious. Oh, okay. So she, she probably said, "Oh, you just acting like me."
No, I'm asking you. Teach me, enlighten me. Where was I wrong?
You're speaking to things. You're speaking to things. You're going from one point to the next. The whole point we're trying to talk about is men and mental health and how women can support them. But you go too far too fast.
Hey, Kanisha.
But that's exactly what he was talking about, lady. What?
Can you read this? Point. The next minute you don't got a point.
Can you read this? Can you read this? Can you read this? Please. Can you read the super chat, please?
I choose not to.
Okay. So remember when Ali was talking about the lack of empathy that women have towards men when it comes to what they go through? Me and Ali, two men, were having a conversation about men lacking support because women have a bunch of people around that they can actually call and do what they need to do, and men don't. They don't even have 3 people on the phone. Men are pushing other men to power through, to walk it off, to be a big boy and all that. And you are rolling your eyes. Your body language is disgusting. No, I didn't stop talking. I didn't stop talking. I didn't stop talking. I didn't stop talking.
Because we're not gonna get nowhere. Me and you're not gonna get nowhere.
So, but the thing is, if why is your body language disgusting towards what I'm saying? What did I say that was wrong?
I think maybe it's your delivery. Maybe it's.
So I didn't say nothing wrong.
What was wrong with his delivery? I didn't see nothing wrong with his delivery because he wasn't even talking to you guys. He was talking to Ali, going back and forth with Ali. And there were 2 men talking. So what was wrong with his delivery, lady?
Right. This is why I don't get into a relationship. Because I know this is what is going to wake me. It's and this is not me single out woman that I'm fucking. My mom does this to me and she's 70. What did I do wrong, Mom? It's all your feelings. You are on the trigger state. So nothing that I tell you, either be right, wrong, or indifferent, is going to go through you because you are more worried about how you feel about things than actually what I did wrong.
Right.
But my mom is my mom. That's, you know, my mom. Go suck a dick. Respectfully, of course. Like, I don't have to tolerate this shit.
Right. Shouts out to Nino. Nino is on the panel. Hey, Nino.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Nino? What you got so far? What you got on the topic, on this test subject here? Are you there, Nino?
Oh, man, I just think she don't like fatty accent for some reason. That's all it really was.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was nothing past that.
And
by the way, would have said she would have disagreed with.
And by the way, if I can get you mad, I can fuck you. I just have to play my game.
Friday, I gotta play it.
Oh, you know you're a little whore. You might not say you're a whore, but you is one.
Fatty.
All these women that act aggressive and mad towards me can be flipped easily.
I think they do it because they like you.
No, it's because I already triggered you. So if I made you feel uncomfortable and then I love bomb you, and the second time I take that shit, you are going to be curious about what the fuck is this dude going on? Like, what is going on with this dude? One day he likes me, one day he doesn't. And then once again, for the life of me, if you are doing this thing to random people on YouTube, imagine what it is to live with these people on a day-to-day basis.
Right. Dangerous. Dangerous.
Because this is all fake indignation. Like, yeah. Right? What if I actually have your husband or your boyfriend and I'm doing shit to trigger the shit on you? Sorry. Hey, shout out to that man for being free after 19 years.
Woo, yes, indeed.
Free at last. God have mercy. Free at last.
It's just like she wanted a reason to be mad and fight. She was just looking for something.
I'm a man, right? I'm vocal and I'm expressive. I can do that.
In general, maybe it's just you. I'm not sure.
So I can be a man and be vocal and expressive and firm with my words.
I mean, she's saying that maybe it's just you. It's like you just irritate her. You irritate her soul right now.
Just do that.
Yes.
Totally fine.
Go back to a subject. We can focus on that.
Yes. Hey, friends.
Touch on that because when it relates to mental health, again, I was married for 19 years with my ex for 21. There was a lot of reflection there. I'm raising a 12-year-old son that is dealing with the sadness of his dad being gone. So there are elements as a mother that I have to chime into. But for you and the stuff that you're talking about, I just feel like I said, you make points when we talk about how standards have been set for Black men or men in general to just suck it up and deal with it, and that ties into what I'm dealing with my son. I'm like, I need you to understand that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to speak. It's okay to let people know what you're feeling. That's actually strength. That's vulnerability. My ex was telling me he was intimidated by me. My ex was telling me he didn't know who he was as a man. As a woman, I didn't know what to do with that at all. I tried to help, but I feel like personally, I may not.
He probably wasn't intimidated because you talk and act like a man.
If this is the reaction I'm going to get from a woman every time she feels some type of way, I will be intimidated too.
Exactly. Be afraid, and that's what. And do you think that goes into what Ali was saying earlier about men are afraid to go to their women to express themselves because of this kind of behavior?
So just like the LGBT conversation, I believe that men are men. I believe, like I'm saying, it's not that I disagree with the concepts. I disagree how we got there. And on this situation, it's the same thing. He is truly right about women. Don't give a about you, because every time you go to a woman and say, baby, this is a problem on the relationship that I think you should fix, it always goes back to what you're not doing right.
Right.
So they don't want the onus of responsibility on them. They always try to flip it and put it on the man. So the man gets afraid of going to her with problems because he knows she's going to put a mirror in front of him and nothing is going to go through. But that doesn't connect with the original point. But she is the clear example of why men shouldn't go to a woman with their problems, because this is what is going to expect you. So it's like having a boss that doesn't like honest criticism. They only likes for you to stroke his ego. If I go to you three times with problems, and you get mad because I'm pointing out how we could get better, and you only get good when I stroke your ego, I'm not going to do problems anymore. I'll solve it myself, or ask my partners to do it. I'm not going to you. I'm not intimidated. I just know better.
Right. Especially you don't want to argue and fight or seem weak in front of a person that seems to be like so butched. Anything, you got anything, Nina, before I click the right button?
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
I have created the space for him to be able to have that platform to feel like that. But that's because I lack the tools to be able to know, or I created a space for him not to feel vulnerable. So it's like when it comes to relationships, we both have responsibilities self-wise, but we also have responsibilities to be there for our spouses and to make them have a safe place or create a safe place for them, especially men, to feel vulnerable, because they don't statistically, or the stigmas have been set up for them not to, or the patterns or the traditions have been set up for them not to. We need to change that stigma. We need to change that.
Let me say something.
So why would you
Ali, I just want to say this, right? Imagine that you said all that about your ex-husband and your son and all that, and I said, nobody asked you nothing, you're all over the place, and dismiss what you said. I don't do it because I'm a grown. No, you see,
are you still a hip hop?
Let me finish.
Like they can't shut up. Yo, that be driving me crazy. Like they can't just stop and just wait. Just hush.
Yeah, they not listening to understand. They just listening to respond.
They not listening at all, Nino.
And you know what's hilarious? Even when I'm listening to respond, I'm listening.
Right, they not listening at all.
So, there's ways where you can listening to respond and you're still listening.
Exactly.
Right? It's called active listening. It's like a debate. You might be listening to respond, but you're still listening. She doesn't give up. Well,
exactly. It's like she's on attack mode. And just you say one word and she's ready to like you don't even know what I'm going to say. Like, oh my goodness.
Let me finish, controller. You had the chance for 3 minutes to say what you want to say.
I'm still hollering. Go ahead.
What? You see this shit?
That's why I say.
Yeah. He's about to lose his marble swing. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness.
And man, thank God this was not the Team Fatty show.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lady. Oh my goodness.
At this point, I'm like, Ref, you see this, Ref? Look at what you did to me.
Oh my goodness, lady.
Oh, Fatty, hold on.
Are you serious, lady?
Yeah.
No. One second. Hey, just one second.
Look at the face. Look at the face. Y'all see that? See that smile? What we say when we see that smile? Mm-hmm.
She like it.
The
She like
lovely, the lovely Aaliyah.
we see that smile when they cause chaos. That's what they want to do in the first place. Look at that. She was happy what she just did. Look at that.
Hey, just 1 second. Hey, lady, you smirking, and please 1 second, Kanisha. I don't think you know me, but these people know, and the 500 people, 600 people watching know. I'm doing my best. I see your smirk, your body language, and all that shit, and I'm doing my best to kind of control myself and make sure that I don't lash on you like I would if this was not me and Ali show, right? I'm giving you space to land. I'm giving you grace for you to react the way you're reacting and all that, and you saying please, you keep doing it.
Let him finish saying.
No, you keep.
Let him finish talking. Let him finish talking. We don't need to do that.
Hey, you know what? No. It's you know what's funny? Hey, player one, clip this. That's all. We're going to make $300 out of this shit. Go ahead, you got this. You guys got this. Go ahead.
So the thing is this. This is what I meant about mental health again. You just said you like all the tools to help your man, and you demonstrated the same thing you probably would have did with him if he got to a certain things, because man delivery is completely different than women, but women want men to talk like women. So if you truly want,
that is very true. I think that's what the emotional, when they say I want an emotional intelligent man, I think that's what they want. They want a man that's going to talk to them like girls, like girlfriends.
And they still despise those men.
That's true.
And right, I didn't say nothing crazy. I wasn't talking. I'm just talking. What did I say that was triggering or was?
You didn't say anything. Cause if anything, if Jazz didn't get triggered by nothing you said, you ain't say nothing wrong. Cause even Jazz was like, "Lady, what are you talking about?" She just wanted a reason to be.
I'm sure she will explain why she mad. I'm sure she will explain exactly why she got to that conclusion. She would never launch all these things on me without a reason.
Yeah, they will. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We need 9 more memberships and $80 towards the paper towel fund via Cash App. I know tax day is on the 15th, so I know y'all got your taxes back. So don't play with me, okay? Hit the cash app, support the show. Here we go.
to know what he was talking about or what we were talking about. What happened to a Fatty? I couldn't hear you. Like, to me, I think you were speaking a little too fast. I couldn't hear the point you made. Can you tell me the exact point you were trying to make so I can address it? Instead, hey man, slow down. You rolling your eyes. You being dismissive of what he's saying. You say hit dogs holler, but we care about mental health. That's called gaslighting in terms of.
Now you see how quiet she was when Ali was talking.
She like Ali.
She was listening attentively.
Because she like Ali. It's just like I can get Tyranny to be quiet, but as soon as Ali starts talking, because she like me. This is literally is. If I like you, I'll tolerate you. If I don't, you're going to get the worst of me. That's all.
Right. Go ahead, Nina, what you said.
Yeah, I would say should give them the worst of you. That's what I would do. I ain't gonna lie, man. The mute button works. You know what I'm saying? Just use it.
That's what they. I be like, I say, like, why don't we use the mute button more?
Yeah,
because that's worse than actually I go crazy at them.
Really?
Yeah, because it shows that I'm not up to the challenge. When you press buttons is when people kind of like say, "See, look at that loser muting me. I know he can handle me by myself." Right?
Yeah,
I'd rather go on a back and forth with you and not muting you than actually have to mute you, because now looks like the only way I can actually win is by muting you when it's just a mechanism to gain control of the show.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, here we go. Because she's listening attentively to Ali.
Well, at the end of the day, everybody's going to get to a point of defense. And that's why we say certain people don't mix or match. Everybody brings different things out of people. Clearly, me and Fatty is not.
No. You missed my point. No.
Like you just get on the panel hype. Like, how that was quick for him to be able to pull something out of you. So it seems like she was already like preloaded with, a preconceived notion of you or whatever, or what did they call it? Pre-offended.
Is preconceived is prejudice.
Yeah. So she already
and she said it.
Yeah.
Culturally, with the African pendant on it.
Right.
Like I noticed that these people that look for symbolism and shit are the worst. Is the Christians with the 7 crosses on the chest, and is the Pan-Africans with the fucking Africa tattoo on the symbol and all that shit. And as soon as they have an opportunity to show, they don't give a fuck. What you talking about, Nigerian? What you talking about, Tara? Why you get that motherfucking African shit on your chest? You're not from Uganda. Why do you have that shit? Right? Is the we was kings because we from Egypt, but you're not from here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go.
Oh, you missed my. Hold on. Kanisha, you didn't even listen. You said there's no reason. If we're having a conversation, there shouldn't be something that he has to be defensive about. If we're trying to hear each other out, there's no reason for you to get defensive.
From jump. All of his points are defensive.
No. But so if we care about mental health, if someone's being defensive, we're supposed to be understanding. Do we escalate it and gaslight the person, or do we try to de-escalate it? If you feel like if I felt Maya was getting defensive, right? Hold on. You were getting defensive. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Hold on, please. You were the first person that got defensive. You said we shouldn't talk about this, and then we changed. We took the tone down a little.
That's a good point. She was the first one to get offended. She got defensive. She was like, "We shouldn't even talk about this because we don't." I guess she felt like we should have had like a health professional on the panel or something. She didn't. She was already annoyed about the conversation. So yeah, Ali is right about this one. Trent, hey Trent.
Little bit and said, hey man, this is an important conversation to have, and we understand why you may feel like that, but a lot of people mistreat each other because of the things they're going through and not knowing how to handle it. You were the first person that got defensive, and we took the tone down a little bit and became more understanding.
No, it's just a point. No, one second. It's not just that. Somebody gave their opinion. She was okay. I gave my opinion. She said we shouldn't.
Darn it. Y'all didn't see that? Like as soon as he opened up his mouth, look what she doing. That is crazy. Soon as he started talking, look at her body language, yo. It's like as soon as Patty says something, it like make her skin crawl. Like she just like about to flip out.
Hey, man.
It's either she's seen a couple of episodes and didn't like what he was saying on some of those, so she already had that attitude.
You know what it is, Nino? You know what it is, Nino? That Friday trailer gets woman on the super panel trailer.
Okay.
We when the ladies first trailer is very woman centric, right? It's like very soft and very demure and all this shit. The super panel is very aggressive to women because when I asked Player One to do the trailer, I just wanted the big people to say big things. And he's Tommy talking shit about woman and Angry Man and Pearl and Fatty and Ali and Andrew Wilson. So he gets them on the mood like, who the fuck do you think y'all are? Right? And a lot of times I see the difference like when they're all smiling and shit before the show. And then as soon as I play the trailer and we start the show, they have a stunk face on. So again, I don't think she watched the show because she had no idea. I was probably right, but she got the free trial. It's totally fine. Better not happen again.
Ooh, we shall see. And but I think it's gonna happen again, Maddie, because they usually slip up.
Oh no, sure. You can happen again, but then you're going to actually understand who I am.
Yeah,
it's cool. You can talk shit. I can talk shit too. Let's see we smiling and playing the victim by the end of it.
She could be crying there.
About this, and then Coco and Genesis talked and she said, you know what, I'm happy we're talking about this. So she clearly didn't like what I said. It was just me, right? She went from let's not talk about it to let's talk about it to let's not talk about it. It's just that told you when I told you.
No, she said, yep, it's just you, Fatty. She said, I mean, she don't like Fatty. That's what it is. I mean, at least she being honest. She's not trying to lie about it. She's being honest about what she really feeling. I mean, sad that it has to be on a panel like this, but goodness gracious. It is the X button, but okay.
Hold on. There's a video I saw when we talked about the roles of men and women, right, Maya? That is your role of being the de-escalators, the nurturers, the lovers. We're supposed to come for you with the grace. If Kanisha talk like this is real, let's talk real life, right? Right. Charleston White, I saw a video before I came over here. He's talking about men don't talk, right? And men don't argue with women. They're not supposed to, right? Because in real life, when a man and man argue, we're supposed to fight. Women aren't supposed to get in positions like that with men. They're supposed to work on de-escalating and nurturing and being able to communicate. Y'all are supposed to be the actual communicators. Y'all are supposed to bring our mind to our heart. We're supposed to bring your heart to your mind, right?
Yeah.
That's the part of our community where we're lacking, where the man is still being supportive of it. And you're trying to get the man to change the way he talks, the way he receives messages, the way he gives messages as a woman. And the woman can turn up, come down, talk how she wants to talk, and still.
Now, I don't mean no her like, okay, shout out to Ali, I love Ali. Okay. If she mad at saying that you were talking in circles and saying things, and a lot of times when Ali be saying things, he be going on and on too, but she can understand him, but she can't understand you. They is just wild. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of people on my camp that accuse Ali to be long-winded, and then there's a lot of people on Ali camp that accuse me of talking too much.
Right.
And he's literally like, first, it's our show.
Mm-hmm.
Second, there's no big content creator that talks less on their show. If you want to be a big content creator, you have to talk a lot. Anton, Angry Man, Tommy, there's nobody that talks less. And the third part, and this is to me the most frustrating part, most of these people get these ideas from clips. The show is 4 hours. I know me and Ali sometimes get on a mode where nobody talks, but I don't feel any time when you get to the end of the show that people didn't say what they wanted to say or couldn't say. Is there any point of the show where I say, we talk too much, but did anybody had the opportunity to say something and they couldn't during the whole show? And the answer is no, because the show is speakers and bodies. Sometimes we dominate a lot, sometimes we disappear. Ali goes get something and goes out. I'm with myself. Like, is in a 5-hour show, somebody has to carry the show and somebody actually has to do it. But you know it's fucked up, Red? Every time we give the opportunity the woman for them to just carry the show and do their thing, it always goes left.
Yeah.
Either they get ultra quiet or they start fighting in the ways that not even us fight like that. So it's like, what are we supposed to do exactly?
Right.
Oh, is ladies first? You want to carry the show? Let me be quiet for 30 minutes. It doesn't take 5 minutes until they start to fight crazy. Like fighting, right?
Because one of them hot topics, boy, they really gonna go with each other.
Because one thing that I understand about we as men, for the most part, is going to be a heated exchange and then a month.
Yeah.
But look at Angry Man, right?
Yeah, I was surprised to see him on the panel. I was like,
look at Big Rick.
Right. Yeah.
The Tommy being on the chat, they think that man is mad. He's not mad anymore. Right? But this is usually his man. We fight. We might even fight, and then we play basketball in 2 weeks, and now we're cool again. Yeah. When women don't like each other, it's not for life, but very close to it until they find a common enemy. If me and Ali decided to shut down, and this week, because Ali has to do some things, I'm going to be running the ladies first by myself and the super panel.
Yeah.
On Sunday show, I'll give the woman the opportunity to carry the show from the beginning to the end, and we're going to see what happens. It's going to be like the woman POV when Amp starts asking questions to the woman and everybody quiet, like.
I was about to say that. I was like, they probably just gonna be quiet, like, because a lot of times when they're interjecting when you guys are talking, and then you'll say, okay, what you want to say, and then they just like maybe they lose.
It's crazy. Okay, I'm not interrupting you. What do you want to say? And it's funny, it happened to her too. Okay, lady, I'm not going to overtalk you. What did I do?
Yeah.
But
you know, in this case, I honestly think that she really didn't have anything that you did. That's why she couldn't answer it. She couldn't answer that question because you didn't.
Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, sometimes he talks fast, sometimes. What did I say that was wrong?
Right. She couldn't tell.
He's the tone. Okay.
When in doubt, blame the tone. That's how you said it.
The tone police is in the building.
Get support and love from the person. So this is what we're talking about, mental health. And look at what's happening. We don't know each other, but look at who's being receptive. Look who's being defensive. Look who's being offensive. And if that's your goal, Kanisha.
It's not necessarily my goal. I just think, like I say, I listen, and I listen very good. And I've been listening all of this time. And it's like I'm trying to follow.
So what did he say? So what did he say?
And I did get defensive. Let's just put that on the floor.
Yeah. So can you tell me? So look. So it's not that this is women ask men to communicate, and we keep saying it's the women who are not communicating, or we're not saying what she don't want to hear. It's what's really happening. What did he say that bothered you?
Okay, so first of all, just listening to him, I felt like culturally, is he on target for some of the stuff that he's saying?
Right there. So you ain't listening. How you listening and you thinking about, is he culturally appropriated? What's it?
Right.
What culture is he from? Like, you're not listening to what he's saying. That's why she can't give you an answer.
Is the announcers. I'm a very good listener. What does it sound? I'm very intelligent.
It's like, but if you were listening to the conversation was about depression and being supportive for men. What culture had to do with that? That's man and woman all over the world. Oh my goodness. I think she's just picking up straws because she didn't really have a reason. She just wanted to be offended.
I think the way he talks, just to me.
No, slowly, please. So let's start the culture. Let's say the cultural barrier. Where did he miss you or miss Black people in general or Americans in general?
I just question culturally, can he speak to this? I'm not sure where he's from. I'm not sure if he was raised here.
What does that matter?
We're talking about it matters because, like,
he's a man. But he's a man.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Am I answering?
No, yes. Let her finish. Go ahead. What does that mean?
So for me personally, like I said, recently divorced, right? So if I'm going to go seek help, I feel like I want to seek help from somebody that I can relate to. So I would probably be going to a Black woman or a Black man because I feel like they can relate better. But that's just my point of view. So
he not Black.
I'm saying, you know the difference between Black and
I didn't know he was a different color or race. So that was Nino, what in the world? You better get your people, Nino.
Shit, I don't know her. My people.
This lady she grasping for straws right now.
Initially listening to him, just off of his accent alone, I wondered, is he culturally able to speak to some of these points? Because that was just my first question.
But what does his culture have to do with depression?
I guess people in Portugal don't get depressed, man. I guess. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Second, it's like the stuff that he was saying is like 1 minute I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Then the next minute it's like, okay, it's like we just from the point that we were at and the stuff that he was saying, we just got so derailed.
That would be a contradiction, right? You said, I don't know if he can speak on this because he might have a cultural barrier, but you said
that's not a contradiction. That's not saying 100% he have no opinion and none of it will be right.
No, that's what you were implying, that he might not understand this, but you said you understood some of the things.
Different topics.
Kanisha.
Can you respond?
Are we really entertaining this?
Yes,
most doctors from
look, the ladies are over her right now. Okay, the ladies are over Miss Lady up here. They're like, look at Coco face. I'm gonna clip that. Look at that. I'm clipping you up, Coco. Oh my goodness.
India, what about their culture? Are they still able to be doctors?
You cut him off to make the same point he was making, and nobody's talking about it. You brought up your son and how in men's spaces it's hard for men to be vulnerable. He brought that up. That was the point he was making.
Well,
so I don't see
there were some things that were right and there were some things that I didn't understand and that were wrong.
But you didn't even let him finish.
No. So that's the point, right? No. Hey, 1 second, friends. 1 second. So again, like this happens a lot, right? Kanisha? I've been doing this for 3 years. Ali, just 1 second, Ali. And people say, why is Fetty talking about family and divorce? And I tell them, divorce rate in Portugal, Europe is 70%, way higher than American divorce rate. I can talk about relationships because we're going through the same thing over here. Mental health is something that you need a brain, a body, and be human and a society to feel. Either be in Brazil, in India, in Russia, in whatever case it is. So Kanisha, please, we're going to give you the floor. Explain to me what did I say that was wrong so we can move along. Like we can correct each other, right? I'm not being funny. I'm not being messy. I'm not being angry. What did I say that was actually wrong so we can move along? What did I say?
So like I said, and I'm going to repeat it for you one more time. Everything that you were saying, one point of it made sense. Then there were some points that was like, where is he going? You went from one thing to the next. That's all I'm saying. It did not line up. It did not add up. What part did add up? It seemed like what we were trying to do was highlight.
You can hear me, right? Talk. What point did you not understand? And you talking around everything but saying what you didn't understand that he said. You said you understood what he said on one part. You said another part.
So
what didn't you understand? The part. Hold on. When you say you're going to say Ali, this is the part I didn't understand.
She can't state what it was that he was saying. She can't state what he said that she didn't agree with.
I'm saying that
right, Melanie, she can't because there was none. She just wanted something to be mad about or disapprove about. There was none. This is crazy, lady. Oh my goodness.
That made sense, and there were points that he said that did not.
What are those points?
When I say the man didn't make sense, I'm saying to the points that he was making. He's going from what point was it?
So what are the points? What are the points that I missed?
Hold on.
It's crazy. This is ridiculous.
I think he was talking too fast.
We're derailing. We're getting off the point. That's the point. That's what she said.
Oh man.
Oh, here's what's the big girl name? What's her name? What's the big girl name? Genesis. He's
Oh,
talking too fast. She's saying he's talking too fast. It's the one. That's what she just said. He's talking too fast. But she said she listened to all the points and said the points was wrong. So it wasn't the point that he was talking too fast. It's the fact that she said that some of his points was wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why she's trying to answer for her.
Right. And her answer is wrong because she said she heard everything he said, and some things he was saying is right, some things he was wrong. So it wasn't the speed nor the tone. It was the fact that she just didn't like Fatty.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Too fast, you gotta slow down. That's what
we were talking about.
She didn't want to hear him. She didn't want to hear him. Hey, Jazz, hold on, Jazz. What's 2 plus 2?
4.
Hey, Maya, what's 5 times 10?
50. That's a difficult one.
Hey, Kanisha, what's 2 plus 1?
Now, what I'm not gonna have you.
No, Kanisha, I'm not trying to.
I said that this man wasn't making any sense.
What? So what was I saying? That's hard.
He was saying it was too fast, making stuff too fast.
Y'all.
Shut up, silly woman.
Hey, by the way, friends, this is what men feel when they are inside of the house with a woman and they are trying to understand her. Says, please, baby, tell me what I did wrong. And it's just like, I feel like, like this is, y'all say that y'all don't learn nothing over here. This is exactly what we're saying. We are asking for her to be a good communicator.
And you know what? That is so right, Fanny, because a lot of times when I'm looking for the things to review and I'll be saying to myself, is this what the men be experiencing at home with these ladies?
It's worse. Because I can click the X and go about my business. This is something that every man goes through for the most part. Either being on a part of a relationship or the whole relationship. This is most experience with men when talking with women about their issues.
Yeah.
It's like you don't watch Naruto, right? Red.
The who? Say it again.
Naruto. You don't watch it, right? Like the anime. So there's one thing in Naruto that is called genjutsu, which is like is like a illusion, like you get trapped inside of an illusion and you think you are in reality, but you're actually inside of an illusion. This is how I would explain men expressing their debates with women. It starts with you thinking that you're actually having a conversation, and by the time you wake up, you are inside of that illusion that is literally not meant for you to talk about your issues. You're talking about your issues, and you never understood how you got there. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, what the hell is this? Like, where am I? Why are we talking about your issues again? To be about me. That's what it is. And it's worse. That's why, like, women actually keep saying, I want men better to be better communicators. What it actually is I want you to get in my. I have a genjutsu for you. The only way for you to fall into it is if we start talking with each other. So let's talk with each other, and by the time you're done, I'm talking about my issues instead of you talking about yours.
Right.
You know a man that can fall to that shit? A man that doesn't open his mouth. A man that says, I'm not going on a back and forth with you. I'm not going on a back and forth with you. I'm explaining what I need from you. Either you do it or you don't. I don't have to. But as soon as you hear the but, the conversation is not about what you said. It's about what the other person wants to say. So no, we're not doing that shit. Red. I'm becoming not cranky because I think I have a pretty good predisposition on a daily basis. I have no patience for buts.
Yeah.
You have all the right to come to me and explain what you're feeling and what is wrong and what should I fix. And I will explain you why I'm not doing it. I'm not going to flip it. But if as soon as I say, hey, I need this for you. Oh, but you did. As soon as I hear, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's not a problem. You don't do it, I'll find somebody that will. It's fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cause my dad is like that. Because I remember, like, when my mom and dad would be like having little spats and stuff, and my mom would be going up. My dad, he'll roll over and go to sleep. He just shut it down. He do not.
I never heard my mom ever.
I'm not arguing about nothing.
Never heard my mom ever said I'm wrong. But there's a thing. There's a problem.
Right. Yeah.
But they say, "Oh, you good? Oh yeah, okay, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got it."
Be like, oh my goodness. All right, we almost at the end of this debacle, y'all. Here we go.
And only getting these feelings because she has no idea what I said wrong.
Feelings. It's not feelings.
So what did I say?
I never said I felt. Oh my God. Okay, so the bottom line is, the stuff that you're saying to me, I don't feel like you're equipped to speak to it.
What did I say that was wrong?
That's that. That's
But he wasn't. But he wasn't.
What is she? Oh my. What is the?
You don't have the right to talk about men on
You don't have
foreign. You're not equipped to have this conversation. This is just crazy, man. Was she quiet for the rest of the show? I think she was quiet for the rest.
No. She participated.
She participated, but now I watched that part, because I want to see maybe I missed something, and I watched the part when you were speaking like two times to see maybe I missed something. But you said nothing that will make me think that you couldn't speak to it, or how people would think like, oh, if you're not married, you can't talk about that. If you don't have this, you can't talk about that. You didn't say nothing that was out of the way. That's this lady. No tomatoes at her.
Everything that you said at the
He wasn't talking to her. He was talking to Ali. I don't even understand how we ended up getting involved in this, and he was talking to Ali. I don't understand how we got included. When two men were talking to each other about men's mental health, how did we get involved? And what he was saying didn't make no sense, and he was never even talking to her.
That is a fact, and that's why I said you're supposed to sit back and let them handle what they're talking about. Why you got the interjecting and stuff like that? You make it worse when you do stuff like that. But anyway.
He was talking to Ali, so why couldn't two men have the conversation?
Me chiming in like everybody else is doing is what
That's not it. No, that's not it. Hey, we're going to move along. And friends, I know what it is because it didn't start today, right? This is what is happening. Kanisha has a little bit of respect for Ali. She has no respect for me. This happened before. It's like I see the room mood, and then I start talking, and people start to become dismissive, or they kind of like it's just about a level of respect. If Ali said the same thing I said, she would be like, you know what? I can relate to that because this.
She's the type of person that can't hide her emotions and stuff because it will show on her face. So like even if she's quiet, everything will show in her facial expressions how she's really feeling about something.
She's smiling right now. So.
Yeah, but you could tell like the smirks, the eye squints, the cutting of the eyes and stuff. You could tell like she's just like,
Is happening to my ex-husband and to my kid and all that because Fatty said it, and I'm a funny accent, a New York accent, of course, a Brooklyn accent. All of a sudden she's very confused when she could clearly make notes and tell me, Fatty, this is why I don't think you are a good doctor, because you are telling me to treat a cough with baby oil. Now I understand what I said wrong. I said use baby oil to cure a cough. You can tell me what did I say that was wrong, because all of that is your feelings, has nothing to do with what I said. Let's move along.
You're right. It does all boil down to my feelings. Like I said, when it relates to like relationships, some people can either friendships, you can be dealing with the wrong people and it can create and bring out the wrong things. You made a great point. Ali can say something that can calm you down. You say something and it can just like make me like, ugh.
And there's your choice. That's not mine.
I think that's ultimately.
No, but that's the point. How is it? One second. How is it my fault?
I digress.
No. Hey, one second. Hey, lady. 1 second. No, that's fair. But Kanisha, look at this, right? Look at this. You said your husband was your husband couldn't get you. Your husband of 19 years couldn't get you. He was afraid of you. He was insecure. No. You said that he was intimidated. If your husband of 19 years can get through you, why should a fat fuck from Portugal can get away? Why should I do it when your husband couldn't?
I don't know how that fuck would.
But that's the point. I'm talking like you. This is me talking with you.
No.
Yes, this is me talking with you. I'm talking with the world.
That makes more sense.
Yes, and you know why the world is better than you? Because the world doesn't talk back.
I digress.
Yes.
Hold on, y'all. You got it. Hey, Fatty.
That was a good one, Fatty.
That was true. It's funny because it's true. Shit.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Is that ultimately, is that a choice, or is that an emotion reacting to something that's ingrained in the subconscious? What do you believe it is? Is that a choice?
I think he's a mixture of both. Her feelings then make her have some conscious choice about if she's going to hear me or not, just like everybody else. If you have some level of respect or you look up to somebody, you sit your ass down and listen. And if you don't, you're going to get through an ear and going to the other. It happens a lot with mamas and daddies. Mama says one thing and you don't listen, and then mama says wait until daddy gets home, and all of a sudden the kid knows exactly what to do when it's literally the same thing. This is Kanisha. She doesn't want to hear, and it's totally fine. I'm not her man. I don't have to deal with it. Kanisha, final thoughts on this conversation so we can go to the super chats and to the icebreaker.
Okay.
I thought that was icebreaker.
This wasn't the icebreaker? Ooh, more.
That was the icebreaker. Oh, God.
And Ali, please read the super chats. I'm not going to
Of course. Hey, Fatty, hey, depression's a choice, man. Just mess with you.
I just want to say that it doesn't matter what cultural background you come from. Anybody can speak to depression and who deals with it and how, because depression is not based on what culture you come from, because it's universal. Anybody can experience it. So I think what was throwing it off, you were literally talking about depression, and then you made it personal and said, well, where are you from? Like, culturally, can you even speak to this? And I just wanted to say, it doesn't matter where he's from. You know what I mean? Because we all need to be talking about depression.
So that's not what I'm saying, is that he can't speak to depression. It's a global issue. I did agree with that earlier. I said with some of the points that he was making, it was just like, culturally, can you speak to that? It was just all over the place, and I was trying to follow like what he was saying. It's like one more.
What points, lady? Girl, shut up.
One moment the point was made, the next moment it's like, okay, so that doesn't make sense. Like, how does that connect? So that's why I was just like, okay. So
Anisha, you can't speak. No. You didn't speak to the specific point that he made. That didn't make sense. And I love women, but you didn't speak to the specific point that Fatty made that you disagreed.
And I kept saying I wasn't.
You gotta let her finish what she's saying. You keep interrupting every time somebody wants to talk. Let her finish what she's saying, and then you can respond to it.
Hey, now y'all know what it feel like.
What's that, Melanie?
Now y'all know what it feel like every day living next to a woman. That's what a man goes through every day. Yes, it is.
I don't deal with
I'm sorry, it's the cultural barrier. It's the gender.
And I think we were also confused because you said the depression wasn't the thing; it was the other points. But then when we actually, what were the other points? You never stated. Oh, I was.
But that's what I said. I'm not going to say that. It's really nothing to state. It's like I said.
You're right. There is nothing to state because you didn't have anything.
That shit ain't making no sense.
And you know what it is? It still is my job as a man to fix it. You have no idea why you're behaving the way you're behaving. And it's still my job as a man to accommodate you and to find the tone and the right words and the right look and the right time to fix your problem that you can even explain yourself while you have it.
Right.
So, amen.
Jesus Christ.
Good
This
luck
lady.
with that, sis.
Well, good luck with having her on the panel again. Is she gonna come this weekend?
Probably on Sunday, and Ali's not going to be here, so Ali probably going to have a couple of angry emails when he comes back.
Damn, Fatty gonna be on the loose.
It's not even on the loose. Like I said, I gave you it's like the company. I gave you the company policy on the first show.
Yeah.
You got the company policy. Hey, we don't want to lose no clients, man. Let's chill, man. I tried several times. On the second one, you get what you get.
Yeah.
Then don't cry victim.
Yeah.
If y'all about that life, if y'all laughing in the middle of fights, y'all a big boy, y'all can handle it.
The crazy part is I think she wants it.
I was about to say that. I was like, I think she's gonna I think she's gonna test you, Freddie. She's gonna test you.
But there's the thing, so this is a lot of times what I notice with this, right? People are not they get into fights where they are not witty enough to actually get pulled out of it, because they're expecting somebody to hold me back, or somebody jumps in. Fan, you are a mean person. No, it's actually the parts where I'm more comfortable. I actually am expecting these. I don't think people understand the amount of anger. Not anger, but like the amount of aggression I suppress every day, like on a daily basis. I came on YouTube because I was bored. On this side of YouTube, I was doing YouTube. I was bored, and you know what I noticed? Oh damn, this feels good. These people are giving me an excuse to literally take everything I pinned up in my week and literally release the 10 of bricks on them, and it's justified. So. Hey, that shit didn't went nowhere. I have a regular life. I get some shit that doesn't go right in my life every day, and that shit gets picked up. So,
yeah,
she'll take it. She's a big girl. She'll take it.
She's all like, is Will? What's the girl name? Orchid. Is she coming back?
Who? No. Orchid is OG ladies first. She's definitely coming back. Red, I don't know if you used to watch the initial ladies first. That used to be 5 of these women on the same panel.
Yeah.
Like those shows, it was so many rage quits, so many. And the thing is, I could get so many subscribers if I still let those clips, and I think I do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I said, is when women feel they have nothing to gain, and it's good when you bring people outside of the platform because they have no frame of reference. They're watching the show on Ali's side, so they have no idea what's going on my side. Like it's good to see them because he's raw. You're getting exactly what you're getting. Once they know you are and what you do and all that, you only get the artificial version of it. So it's actually dope. It's cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
The Coco ready for Orchid.
I know Coco be loose lately. You know, Coco started to get loose now.
Oh yeah, I've been coaching.
That's good.
I've been coaching Coco.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good. Let them carry the conversation. These ladies first. Like,
yeah, yo, go ahead. This lady first. Y'all do it. Mm-hmm.
Sound good.
Make some clips for me so I can review it on Monday.
Yeah. I had to delete one clip today. Like the clip literally had 5,000 views in like 5 hours.
Damn.
But people were thinking that Ali was saying that the scientists prove that trans are women. Like,
the trans one.
Yeah. And I got tired of saying that's not what was said. That's not what was said. Like I comment like, and then I said, you know what? Let me private this shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh man. That was a good clip. That was a good one though. That conversation. Woo wee.
5,000 views in 4 hours and 130 comments.
Well, you know that's one of them those trigger words that make people want to look. You know.
And this is why I don't want to debate these with Ali, is because it's a very emotionally charged topic, and this is not a debate. Debate is who can defend better their position, either be right or wrong. That's what the debate is. If we are going to talk, like when people like one people can defend their point perfectly, and another one can't, but they are saying the things that the public agrees, and they say, "Who won the debate? The person that agrees with me." That's not what the debate is. A debate is, can you defend your position without contradicting yourself, without denying what your point was, or making the other person actually double talk, be hypocritical, and all that shit. I'm not going to debate a topic that I know I might be factual when it comes to the information I'm giving, but I'm wrong because I'm on a place where this is conservative douchebags. So even if I say a unicorn is a word that was created to describe this motherfucking imaginary horse that is rainbow, I know the person that is going to win is they created unicorns to make horses be confused. That's what they did. Unicorns don't even exist. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah. Or they make some judges or whatever make the decision on who raged first, or who made what person rage first. Like say if like that debate with Cooley and Fantastic, right? People will say Fantastic one because they made Cooley jump out his skin and start calling names and stuff. So people will say Fantastic one. But then other people will say Cooley won because Cooley did like most of the.
Cooley defend his position better.
Yeah.
You know won that debate? Me. I won that debate because I didn't want to. I said, "Hey man, leave me alone."
Right.
Because they're saying things. I actually have proof of you saying things that go against these. No, Teddy, you know that's out of contest. Oh, he's making fun of it. He's a boom. Let's play you now, and your woman doing the same shit.
Right.
It's most people
crazy. That was crazy.
Most people don't understand debate, and it's always going to be an appeal and emotion. I don't like that shit. But if we get in on debate mode, me and Ali are extremely competitive. We don't go there for the most part, most of the times. But if I notice that we're going on debate mode, my job is to trip you. My job is to catch you. My job is to, and I don't like when that shit can be weaponized against him because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make you look crazy. And today, everybody was like, damn, Ali's saying that scientists all over the world believe that trans women are a woman. I'm disappointed. I was like, oh man.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even get the
Let me
comments.
delete this shit. Let me delete it. I don't know. You good?
Yeah, Ollie out here looking crazy. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right, let's do super chats. Yeah, because I'm hungry.
It's time for the super chats.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for contributing to the show. Let's go. Shouts out to a brother. He said for gifting one membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And shouts out to Carl Anderson for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, Carl. And Zyrax came in with 1 membership. Thank you, Zyrax. And Frederick came in with a $2 super chat. Said, define hyena mathematics. I don't think there's a definition for that. Shouts out to Trent for sending a $10 super chat. He said, yo. Hey, Trent. Thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. Guys, last and final words, because I need to go. What you got, Nino?
Oh, thanks for having me, Red. I'm gonna try to make it through more often. You know what I'm saying? That's on my goals list. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you as always, and hope you eat something good and healthy.
Yeah,
as always.
I have red snapper.
Okay.
Stuff with crab.
Stuff with crab. I feel you. That sounds good.
Oh, Nino, I'm working on a show on tithes and offering. You want to join?
Sure. Okay.
All right, I'll let you know when I want to do it. Want to talk about these tithes and offerings. All right, Fatty. Final words, Fatty. Fatty.
Fatty down.
Shame. Well, shout out to everybody that tuned in. Nino, you got anything coming up this week?
I'm probably gonna just do the show on Thursday. Next month I'm gonna start doing shows on Tuesday, but for now I'll just keep doing the Thursdays.
Okay.
Yeah, the Monday slot is very crowded, but for whatever reason, the Thursday nobody does not. That's great.
So Thursday going on Thursday.
And I got my elastic dress-up shirts from Temu today, so I can do the morning show. I'm almost there.
Do they fit? Do they fit really well?
Yeah, they are the ones that are like not spandex, but they are stretchy. So they literally fit to your body type. That's pretty good. Yes.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, I got to see that on. What are you talking about? Elastic dress shirt?
Yes. So it's basically now what they're doing is, I don't know if you actually been on Instagram and all that, but they keep advertising like clothing that is like his former clothing, but it's stretchy, so he actually is elastic. He never gets wrinkled. He never gets. So I bought 2 whites, 2 blacks, 1 gray, 1 red, 1 blue. So I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. We're going to see these outfits.
While I'm transitioning, of course.
So Fatty, you on Friday. Is it a debate on and the debate? Wait a minute. I thought the debate was Saturday.
No, I have a whole week, right? I have
okay.
Wednesday debate, Thursday's the breaking ground because Trump is pretending that he's Jesus and saying he's a doctor and all that shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then super panel, I'm going to post probably my debate with Sharon on Saturday.
Okay.
And then on Sunday I'll do the ladies first. So
busy week.
I might need y'all help, friends. This week though.
It's cold.
I think and Wednesday, Blueprint. That's it. After the debate. With my Wednesday show. After the debate.
Yeah, send the people to you. What's going on?
It's just the men's panel. I haven't thought about what I'm going to talk about.
You get some opposition, Red.
Huh?
Never mind.
I didn't hear you. What you said?
About to be messy.
You need to get some ups, Red.
Why I gotta get ups? I'm too nice.
Sure. Hey.
All the men's like me.
It's fine. It's fine.
Certain
I be trying to get some ops for the brethren to fight with, but nobody won't fight.
Nah, you're not doing that.
They don't want to fight nobody. Or nobody don't want to fight them.
We're going to start calling you. Any nurse needs to start calling her Reese lipstick vibes. If she
oh my!
If she don't leave, she's like.
Nobody. Y'all are terrible. I'm not messing with y'all. What I got going on? Next week, I'm doing my autism symposium. So I'm doing the Red Show Monday, but no blueprint on Wednesday. So Nino or Cammy can take those days if y'all want that.
Okay.
On the next 2 Wednesdays, I'm not doing no shows.
Okay.
Can't be busy. Friends, I appreciate y'all. I might see you on Discord. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Discord for a minute.
Okay. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'm going to shut it down.
All right.
Thank you guys. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. This was fun. Shout out to Fatty and Nino that came up and hung out with me. Untouchables, we will be in the Discord. Y'all can, if you have not joined, the link is in the description to the Patreon, so you can join the Discord. And yeah, we are done for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the commentary and the feedback. And if you have any feedback, make sure you go back in the comments. I'm going to post some of the comments, and then I'm going to do the timestamps for you guys as well. And also make sure you guys, if you are feeling that you are having some mental issues or moments of sadness, or just need someone to talk to, there are hotlines that you can call. The National Lines on Mental Illnesses Help Outline. And then also there is a crisis lifeline. You can just text 988 and it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's free and confidential. Okay. And also they do also have a online chat support as well. Okay. So you are not alone, even though you may feel like it. So, shouts out to everybody who came in, and it's time for me to go munch. Have a good evening, y'all.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a careful with your life, 'cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a careful with your life, 'cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't never really wanna flex my gifts, but I think it's my time. Let me check my wrist. You can never get my shine, I'ma keep on grinding till I reach the top. When it's just in my jeans and I ain't looking back, 'cause I'm feeling like Chris, bro. They can never slow me down, but they need to hate me. Now I'm feeling like Chris. Rock with the team, 'cause you know that we winning, we with it, we going, we flowing again. I might just go by a Benz, I might just blow my advance. Whoa, I did it all for the feeling. Alive, but I'm making a killing. I'm gonna break every ceiling, 'cause I need a million, but I don't need your money. You can pay me in respect, 'cause once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the ops feel away, 'cause I'm next, I'm a threat. Oh yeah. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. Careful with your life, 'cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. Careful with your life, 'cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't been feeling spectacular. Flow so sick, it's hazardous. Y'all still suck like Dracula. Sip this beat let's back it up. And I don't care about kids, cause they talk too much. And I know that I gotta keep on grinding, finding myself. I ain't gonna stop until I know I had enough. Mama, I made it, I know that they see me. I'm popping these bottles just like I'm a genie. I'm glad that you made me. It's all in my DNA. I'm at my teeth like I'm working for Frito-Lay. And bet it bag on myself. I don't do it for my health. Every thread is a champion. Got the title, need a belt. I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the ops feel away, cause I'm next, I'm a threat. Oh yeah.